Getting you ready. John Boyle joining us to start. Boyle, how's it going?
It's going good. So nice of you to call my appearance special. I'm sure that's why this is a special edition,
to
right?
us. Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, it's kind of the same in that it's the huddle and it's familiar, but we're all in a new, exciting place, that being Super Bowl 60. And I, unfortunately, have to start with news. Now, I know there's no update on Nick Emmanwori, so instead what I'd love to ask you is just kind of what this defense looks like with and without Nick. They've been able to withstand a lot of injuries. What do you think, who might have to step up here?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, we don't know anything yet. We'll hear from Mike Macdonald at about 10:45, so pretty soon. So hopefully we'll know more then. But yeah, I mean, look, he's a really good player of the Seahawks defense. You don't want to minimize that. But the good news is if he were unable to play, they do have a lot of really good, really versatile players in the secondary. I mean, Devin Witherspoon can play all over. We've seen Ty Okada fill in and do a really good job. We've seen, Julian Love have the flexibility to play multiple spots. So, again, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Hopefully it's nothing big and he's fine by Sunday. But, losing him would be significant. But there are a lot of good players on the back end of that defense who can do different things.
Hey, Boyle, so it seems like I'm sorry, I'm not hearing myself. It seems like that no matter what the message is or whatever the task, that Mike Macdonald always has, like, you can just go to sleep on it, that that he's going to handle everything perfectly. And this Super Bowl week and everything, what have you noticed about, the way they've run practice and the things that Mike Macdonald has said?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of what got them here is like how steady and consistent he is. Obviously everyone knows he's a big guy talking about the process and, being focused on that. And while the process looks a little different just logistically and schedule-wise, they've done a really good job of, keeping it as normal as they can, trying to make the players feel like they're in their usual routine. Really, there's a lot of extra media stuff and all that, but once they get to, hitting the field for practice Wednesday, it starts to feel like a lot more normal week for them.
Hey, Boyle, what's the week like for you? Has it changed your schedule? What are you up to?
Yeah, I mean, it's busier. Like, there's a lot more media availability and a lot more stories to do and getting around, trying to see a little bit of the Super Bowl stuff. I haven't made it up there to San Francisco yet. Maybe we'll do that over the weekend or tomorrow. But, yeah, I mean, it's business as usual, but more of it.
Hey, a question that I was asked earlier by an Arizona sports station was whether or not this kind of means anything for fans still very much hurt by Super Bowl 49. And I didn't quite know how to answer, Boyle, because I thought, well, God, it's a completely different team up to the coaches and everything. And you can't really ask players who were there on this team. That being said, it's still the elephant in the room when you talk about this matchup. Do you feel like there's maybe some healing or a sense of closure that could happen?
Maybe for fans. I mean, it's funny. I've seen like Mike Macdonald and players asked about it, and it's kind of silly to me. It's like none of them were here for literally the entire roster has turned over. The coaching staff has turned over. So like to the players and coaches involved, they really couldn't care less. But I think maybe for some fans, there's a sense of that. But like, would you feel any different if they were playing the Broncos and beat them on Sunday versus the Patriots? Like, you want to win the Super Bowl either way, and it doesn't change what happened 11 years ago. So I definitely feel like that's a little bit of an overblown storyline, but it's one we're going to have to live with for the next few days because it's definitely something people love talking about and love replaying a certain play at the goal line.
Hey, Boyle, what kind of practices are we looking at right now to kind of take the fans through what the Seahawks are doing? Is it same thing with walkthroughs? Is it, is there any pads, anything like that, or is it just all, pretty much just jersey and shorts?
No, it's pretty normal, like normal cadence. Mike Macdonald mentioned they were going to go in pads for part of the day yesterday, so it was one of those, start practice and you do your walkthrough, and then when you get in practice mode, you're in pads for a while, and then you take those off and change the tempo up a little bit. So they're getting after it. This is they got a game to get ready for, so they're practicing pretty much like normal, and they'll do that again later today and on Friday, and then they'll kind of get their week put to bed here and get ready for Sunday.
Hey, what's the feel you get listening to Sam Darnold talk to the media? Do you feel like the respect is different, or do you feel like the national media still have the same questions about his play?
I mean, I think probably there's fewer questions about him, but more there's people still ask questions about, like, someone asked him about vindication and kind of these narratives of, proving the team's wrong that let him go. And he does not care about that. Like, he is, to borrow Mike Macdonald's new catchphrase, he did not care. But, yeah, I mean, you can't really look at what he did in the NFC Championship game and say, oh, this guy can't win the big game or whatever. I mean, he was phenomenal in that game and helped get them to the Super Bowl. But, yeah, I mean, for him, it's just about, his current team, his current teammates, and wanting to help them win the Super Bowl. He's not really interested in, proving the Jets wrong or proving the Panthers wrong or whatever you want to, proving the Vikings wrong for that matter. Like, he's learned from those experiences. He talked about that, a lot yesterday of the things he learned from his early struggles with the Jets and how it helped make him better. But he's not focused on these storylines of like, oh, I'm out to show people they were wrong about me. That's just not how he operates.
I am always a sucker for the stories about veteran signees as free agents, or maybe veterans who are acquired via trade who then go on to win a Super Bowl with that team, just because it's kind of a sliding doors moment, right, where they could have signed with other teams, or maybe they used to be with another team and then they feel slighted when they were traded. So I'm so curious to see, knock on wood, should the Seahawks win, like, what's that moment mean for DeMarcus Lawrence, or let's say Ernest Jones? Have you had a chance to talk to either of those guys about where they are right now?
Yeah, I talked to both those guys. Ernest Jones is a little different because he's won one, but he still did have, kind of a unexpected exit. I don't think very many people, him included, thought he'd get traded. He was looking like a, young, important piece of that Rams defense. So he's talked about just sort of enjoying the moment a lot, just getting back here. And, I mean, also not only just all the professional stuff for him, but, it's been a pretty there's a lot been going on in his life off the field. He had a son a year and a half ago. His father, unfortunately, passed away before this season. So I think he's just, really appreciating everything that has come his way this year. But then you also have this core group of veteran guys that have never been here. DeMarcus Lawrence, Jarran Reed, Leonard Williams, Sam Darnold been to one but didn't play in that Super Bowl with the 49ers. So it's like for these guys, it's just kind of a really nice, obviously they want to win it, but just getting to this stage when they haven't been able to in their career, Julian Love as well, like it's a good moment for them to get that reward.
Hey, what did you think of the Seahawks entrance to media? I found it funny, Boyle, because I'm looking at the Patriots, and they were a bit more reserved. I look at the Seahawks, and they were really enjoying the moment, and I loved it because they were still themselves, What did you think about that and how they just been handling this whole process as a team?
Yeah, one of Mike's favorite phrases all year has been loose and focused. Like they, when it's time for football and they're as locked in as anybody, and there's a lot of detail in what they do, but they have fun too, and they're not, they know this is a different experience and a big game, but they're not trying to make it more than it is. And when it's time to have a little bit of fun and be on that stage or do the media, they're going to enjoy that. And then, when they're on the practice field, they're locked in. But yeah, it's kind of just what his team has been all year.
Any new good corny jokes from Coach Mack, or is it?
No, I don't think I've heard any good ones from Coach. I did hear somebody random gave Spoon a really good corny joke at Night Media Day thing that I enjoyed, but I haven't heard any from players.
What was the joke?
Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What do you call a dinosaur that's good at hide and seek?
A Hydosaurus.
Hydosaurus?
Nice guess.
Did you think he saw us?
Okay, yeah, unfortunately I did laugh at that one involuntarily.
Spoon was not amused, and I laughed, and the woman who asked was like, thank you. And I was like, yeah, I'm a dad. I appreciate corny jokes. So
I love a good dad joke.
Spoon needs to be a little older and have some kids, and then he'll like the dad jokes.
That's exactly what
You're
it
leaning into the dad jokes, Bob?
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a comedian's best friend. A dad joke's best friend and comedian's best friend. It's easy to get me to laugh.
I'm just waiting for you to hit it. I don't know. Can you? That's what I'm waiting for. He is Seahawks.com reporter John Boyle. John
Boyle.
We'll talk to you next time. Enjoy the game Sunday.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See ya. Coming up next on The Huddle, it's ESPN's Louis Riddick.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Seattle thrives on innovation, and so can you, with a bachelor's, master's, or certificate program from WGU's School of Business. Get your business education online, on your schedule, with personalized support every step of the way. Our accredited programs are built with input from industry experts and respected by employers nationwide. Are you ready to move your career forward at the speed of business? Learn more at wgu.edu.
Hey, it's February, and we're a month into those fitness goals and resolutions. And are you already tired of the crowded gyms and sweaty machines? Maybe you're ready to upgrade your fitness equipment in your own home. Well, I got the place and some deals for you. Hey, Brock Ewart here with my friends at Top Fitness. Right now, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire Stairmaster, and much more. It's trade-in days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get in the best shape of your life. Top Fitness has the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state of Washington, and their staff will truly show you why. It's no secret that everybody, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stores. Top Fitness has locations at Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. And remember, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit today. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Luxury has arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and the all-new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel is now open, featuring a destination spa, the expanded non-smoking space, and breathtaking views of the Cascades. You can catch every game at Hawks Peak, over 66 televisions, plus that 2,000-seat entertainment venue and exciting new dining options. Effortless style, the utmost in relaxation. You can book now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Home of the NFC champion Seahawks.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots?
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Back to the huddle, only on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
You know, excited for Louis Riddick to join us here in just a bit. Before we get to him, I'm excited to talk to him. Obviously, he spent time in a front office. About what impresses him most about what John Schneider did with this team. Now, either of you can feel free to look back a year or two, right? We've got a couple draft classes he's stacked here. But what impresses you most, or what do you think are some of the most significant moves that John's made?
I love how you give me permission. You know, Stacy be like, listen, you're fine.
Here are the rules.
You can go back.
I'm big on rules.
You can laugh at this.
I'm big on rules.
You cannot.
Okay.
She always telling me what to do, Dave.
The rules of the segment.
3.5 years now. She always tells me what to do.
Are that you can expand beyond 2025.
Okay, perfect.
See, I'm used to being told what to do. That's what my wife does all day. Just tell me what to do. I'll do it.
That's what I do here.
Stacey, I'm your guy.
All right, well, you go ahead. Since you're used to it, you can look back at John Schneider's last 2 years if you want, Dave.
Feel free.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I've always thought that he was one of the best, and maybe it's just a little biased because he's such a good dude, and you know, I love being around him and everything. But he's always working his tail off, and I've told the story on our show that like when we're flying somewhere and then we're flying home, he is always looking at players. Like there was one trip, I think it was the Jacksonville trip, and I walked up to go to the restroom, and he's sitting there watching 49er. It was like the 49ers and the Commanders or something, and he's just randomly watching this game, and he's obviously looking at players, right? And he's just always working his tail off, and then he just has an amazing instinct, you know, for players. And I don't know that everybody has that. I mean, like, there's a lot of people out there that don't really, they're not doing what they should be doing, right? Like they're an expert. Just for whatever reason, Schneider just sees things differently than everybody else. And, you know, because there's been a couple of times, like whenever we do the draft preview, I'm like, oh man, I love this guy, you know, and then John's like, no, yeah, that guy doesn't have it.
Doesn't like him.
There's an it factor.
Doesn't fit our system and our philosophy.
We're joined now by ESPN's Louis Riddick. Very, very excited to have you here with us. Hi, thanks for joining us. Louis, we were just talking about, yeah, of course.
Okay, there we go.
We were just talking about John Schneider.
Yeah.
Hoping to lean on, obviously, your expertise in terms of, like, what happens in those front offices and how these teams are built. And what blows me away about Seattle is that John Schneider has done something that I truly was like, how are you supposed to do this? Which is, despite winning and not having a 1, 2, 3 overall pick, there is an upgrade in personnel. It's not just like they've out-schemed, like they have really good players. How do you do that?
Yeah, well, fun fact, when I started in personnel back in 2001, when I was working personnel, John Schneider was the person who hired me. When he was in Washington, he was hired by Marty Schottenheimer. He only lasted 6 months until Dan Snyder fired him, which is a whole other stupid story. But I've known John a long time. How it happens is, look, John was brought up in the business by Ron Wolf during that time in Green Bay when they were building all those juggernauts up there, and they traded for Brett Favre, and you know they had some great teams. John kind of is he develops really good relationships with coaches. I was just talking about this. Scouts, GMs are as good as the communication between them and the coaching staff. Kind of going to school with those guys and saying, hey, look, truly, what are the schemes that you like to run? What are the criteria for the players, the defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers, secondary players? How do you want them to look? What kind of aptitude do you want them to have? What kind of personalities do you want them to have? So we can kind of like start to kind of whittle down this process to then when the season's over, we get to the Senior Bowl, and we kind of bring you guys in. We have you already looking at the people that we need to have you looking at. And we can work in conjunction and go, hey, look, these are the guys who we'd want to work with. And then as the GM, you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what price do I need to pay to get these guys, whether it be in free agency or the draft, meaning the valuation part of it. John's become very good at that, being able to read draft boards, understand where he can, where he can select players, what rounds he needs to go to select players. As Jimmy Johnson used to say all the time, look, the draft is just about getting in position to get the people that you want. And you got to be able to read the market. John's done a really good job of that. And obviously he develops great relationships with his coaches, whether it be, with Mike Holmgren back in the day when he was in Green Bay, or with Pete Carroll, or now with Mike. And he's finding the kind of players that these coaches want. He's paying good prices for them because, and I hate to use that terminology, but that's kind of like the way it goes. And then the most important thing is this. Development and utilization of players is the most important part of team building. Scouts all like to think that they're geniuses. They all like to say, I discovered that guy. You didn't discover. Yeah, you did. But development and utilization is really what it's all about. And you got to give John credit for that too, because he was the one who hired Mike Macdonald. He did the homework. He asked a lot of people about what is Mike Macdonald going to bring to our team. What kind of coach is he? What kind of man is he? What kind of developer is he? What kind of staff is he going to build? Who are the people he's going to? Well, it looks like they nailed that too, right? Because now people are poaching his people. So it all works together. It really does all work together. It's a big, giant wheel that's all kind of interconnected. And that's why I hate when you see organizations pick and choose people to hang it on. It was the coach here. It was the GM there. It's this. It doesn't work like that, and we know it doesn't work like that. That's why I have a huge problem. Like you see Brandon Beane in Buffalo now having to defend himself over the owner's decision to fire Sean. I spent a lot of time talking to those two people, Sean and Brandon Beane. I like them both. How Terry Pagula was able to to say, hey, you know what? It's more Sean's fault than it is Brandon's fault. And as a matter of fact, we're going to get Brandon a promotion. How did you do that? How did you arrive at that decision? Sean coached some pretty good football teams. He didn't tell Josh Allen to fumble the football. He didn't tell, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid to drop the pass in Kansas City when he threw. He didn't tell. I mean, come on now. But John Snyder's done a great job, and I know what kind of dude he is. I've been around him a lot, and they've hit a sweet spot, man. They really have. This football team is good. They play hard. They really love playing together. There isn't a better place really to watch a football game than up there in Seattle. And I've been there a bunch of times. I remember when I was in Washington, we came there in the playoffs in 2006, 5, 6, something like that. And I just remember standing on the field. It always is raining. It's always like kind of cloudy. But pregame is so electric. Yeah. It's like a nightclub in there.
Yeah. And
it's just so cool, though. And those are the days of Sherm and the Legion. And it's just, damn, it's cool, man.
Sometimes it's not raining.
Hey, no. You know what? You're right. But
like a Wednesday.
I kind of like it that way, though.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the aura, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's cool. Look, I went to my first Seattle Seahawks game in 1980 in Washington when Jim Zorn and Steve Largent and Jacob Green and Sam McCullough were playing against Joe Theismann and them. I was 11 years old at old RFK Stadium. So I've had a long connection with the Seahawks. Yeah. Because I'm a football junkie, man. That's cool. That's my whole life.
Yeah, we could see that, man. Definitely.
These two also.
Have you noticed anything different about, so what happened, the first time was that they hired Pete.
Yeah.
And then he hired John.
Yep.
Well, now Jody has put her, her faith into John. And, always kind of heard some stories. The relationship was always awesome between Schneider and Carroll.
Uh-huh.
But you would sometimes hear, well, John wanted this guy, and John wanted that guy, and
there's always, it's not always harmonious. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You're not always going to agree with a coach.
But it was pretty damn good. And,
exactly,
and they did well.
That's right.
So
and it's okay. It's okay to have disagreements. You just want that to be the exception, and not the norm. Usually, obviously, in the end. I don't know what ultimately happened up there. Sometimes relationships run their course. I hate using that phrase, like sometimes it's just time.
Yeah.
I guess sometimes it is. But, Look, I commend all the guys who are team builders and coaches in the NFL because this is a high wire act that these guys are navigating all the time. And you're dealing with type A personalities who all feel as though they invented football. I mean, you wouldn't get in that position if you weren't highly, highly confident in your football intelligence and what you believed it took to win football games. So to be able to manage those relationships for long periods of time and then have the level of success that John has had with 2 different coaches now, that takes a lot of skill. Yeah. It really does. But I think most importantly, the one thing that I do believe that, look, ultimately, though, this is a players' league. And in my time playing in the NFL, I never, when I was on the football field, was thinking about the relationship between the GM and I didn't give a shit. I mean, I didn't care about their relationship. They have done a nice job of bringing in the right guys, and there have been some really good football players who have been through Seattle. And I tip my cap to those dudes in particular, the people in the arena. Man, you guys got some dudes up there, and it's cool to watch. I mean, when you see them come out of the tunnel and you look at guys like Leonard Williams, like you just sit there and you go, damn. I want one of those. I want a bunch. I want 53 of those guys that, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about, man.
Well, one, Lewis, let me say nice to meet you. And I don't know why you're not a GM yet. It drives me crazy.
You know what? If we had like a month, I would sit here and talk to you about it. There's a lot that goes into getting one of those jobs. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I know football.
Well, let me ask you my football question.
There's just a lot of other stuff.
Because I know we got time.
There's a lot of other stuff.
I got to get my football question.
Yeah, we only have a minute.
Go ahead.
I love film. I watch film. I watch film when he played, when I played, when you played. Yeah. And I love how the game just changes when it comes to personnel, when it comes to scheme, like what type of player you're looking for. And I feel like this defense is kind of in the forefront of how they're changing, right? Smaller linebackers, you got Emmanwori at that nickel spot, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. How have you seen the biggest change, especially defense? Because they're also responding to what the offense is doing, just personnel-wise and scheme.
So back in the 90s, 80s, right? Off-ball linebackers and safeties were basically 2-down players that you hope you were maybe trying to hide on 3rd down, and the passing games weren't as sophisticated to where they really exploited you the same way they can exploit you now because the game has become so horizontal. I think the game has really changed from an athletic requirement standpoint on the defensive side, that as a safety or as a Mike Will Sam backer, nickel defender, like you have to be able to move, change direction, play the space game much differently than you needed to in the late 80s, early 90s. Like I was just talking about this, like on the teams that I played in Cleveland, like all of our safeties were 6'2", 215, 220. They were Dennis Smith, Steve Atwater, Kenny Easley types. Right. Like that's who I loved. I mean, I loved Kenny. Kenny was like my hero. Don Rogers, all those guys. We were just trying to come downhill and literally obliterate your face. That's what we tried to do, right? That's what the game was. Now the game is about, you better be able to, when they get you in quarters coverage one-on-one and they're kind of getting you in the middle of the field isolated, you better be able to cover and run like Nick Emmanwori.
Oh, I'm going to.
Okay, because he's a freak. He's kind of like he's the avatar. Mm-hmm. As a deep, that you better, if you're going to be this size, you better be an avatar who can run and cover. The game wasn't like that before. And, yeah.
If I don't cut you 3 off, you're going to go endlessly. Can we keep you for 30 seconds after? Okay. So we are going to come back with Ray Roberts in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. This is a special edition of The Huddle.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
The one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
This is Steve Amman, president of Pacific Power Batteries. And when we hear oy vey, zut alors, or oofta, we know that battery prices are high these days. Our job is to control our costs and offer a great value to you. We tried calling our vendors to ask them to stop raising prices, but they haven't returned our calls. Whether it's a brand new battery, a reconditioned battery with a 90-day guarantee, or a factory second with a 1-year guarantee, we'll have something for your budget. So stop in at any Pacific Power Battery store, and we promise to help you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you buy a new vehicle from Lee Johnson, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty included.
Back to the huddle, only on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
How do Anthony Bradford and Jalen Sundell and the rest of Seattle's interior offensive line handle Milton Williams and Christian Barrymore? Let's bring on Ray Roberts. We're going in the trenches. Big Ray, I want to ask you about the matchup between the guys on the interior of Seattle's offensive line and those big defensive tackles from New England. How does Seattle make sure they win this one?
You know what? I think it really is going to come down to, for the offensive line, there's 4 things. One is communication. Because they like to crowd the line of scrimmage and kind of create some confusion. 2 is the understanding of those alignments and what they could mean so you can start to anticipate what might happen.
The third one is assignment, which is, that alignment and assignment thing is a David Wyman thing. But the assignment part of it is like you have to execute, the play that's called, and then you have to finish. Like a lot of times when defensive lines are moving and shifting and stunting and running all these blitzes, if you finish and not allow them to run free, a lot of times there's gashes in the defense for either throwing the ball or rushing the football. So I think that those 4 things the offensive line have to keep in mind for this game.
Hey, Ray, when you look at their defense, particularly their defensive line, anybody stand out there that possibly could be a problem, as whether it's, moving them off the ball or pass blocking?
You know what? I'll be honest with you, Dave. Like, there's not a whole lot about the defense, like individual people that have, when I'm watching film, that just makes me nervous. It's more of like a collection of what they do. And so when I think about their defensive line, I think they're pretty high in like their pressure rate and things like that. But if you just look at the defensive linemen, the nose tackle and the 2 tackles, they don't have a ton of raw stats. But what they have is a lot of disruption. And the reason the disruption works is because then they have these 4 linebackers that are pretty athletic and pretty productive. Their best pass rushers are their 2 outside linebackers. And then, Christian Ellis, Christian Ellis is a kid. I played with his dad, Luther, in Detroit, and this guy has, like, his finish is going to be off the charts no matter what. And so if you can't match his energy and his athleticism, then he's going to be able to run around and make plays. So when you're working up to the second level or he's around the line of scrimmage, you got to make sure you finish that block. You can't, punch him for a couple steps and let him go. He'll go make the play. So I really do think that they try to create disruption with those 3 big inside guys, and then that allows their 4 linebackers to just run and be free and be more athletic than your 300-pound tackles, and they're able to make plays that way.
Hey, Ray, is that your biggest concern with this matchup, or do you see something else that you think could give the Hawks some problems?
I think so. I think this is my biggest concern, Bump, because I think back to when I watched their defense, I think back to the Minnesota Vikings game. And when Flores said, we're going to blitz them and blitz them and blitz them and blitz them, or give them all these different looks. And they were doing a lot of things that challenged the rules of an offensive lineman, where you, especially in pass protection, you always block inside out. And so they would, people were getting mad at Bradford because he would have 2 a linebacker and a safety standing over him, where you have to set to the inside guy. That guy would take a step towards him and then drop into coverage, and then the safety would then blitz. And so they're going like, well, why can't he just get out to the safety? Well, you got to honor the inside first, because that's the closest, shortest path to the quarterback. So you got to honor that first. So you can't be 330 pounds, take a legit pass set on one guy, and then another guy that's 10 times more athletic than you at the same time is moving forward, and you have to get back to get to that guy. And so the Seahawks have to make sure they make the adjustments, either keeping a tight end in, you're doing some moving the pocket, keeping the running back in to kind of help account for some of that I'm sure they're going to try to use, because I know that that's what the Rams did in that first game in L.A. That's what the Vikings did, and all that created pressure right up the middle of the offensive line, which is where Sam Darnold seems to struggle the most. And so I think just trying to be in communication with that, understanding what your plan is for that, and then those dudes just finishing blocks is going to be major in this game.
Hey, last one here, Ray. Just a quick kind of prediction. You don't have to do an exact score prediction. I know that's going to come on the pregame show with Michael Bumpus. But what kind of game are you expecting? Low scoring, blowout, a close one?
You know what? I think it's going to be close early. You got a lot of nerves, a lot of energy, and a lot of people been in this situation for the first time. But I'm just gonna say it like this, Stacy. Like, I have felt this win since like week 17. So I'm not backing down from it. That's why I've been doing all my study on my own. I haven't watched any of the shows on TV. I haven't listened to anybody on the radio, because no one is going to deter me from what I know that's going to be true. And that's that we're walking out of there with the Lombardi Trophy. And it is what it is. I don't care if we win by 1 point or 1,000 points. We're going to win the football game.
There you go, Big Ray. You can hear him on the Seahawks pre- and post-game show coming up on Sunday, obviously, for a pretty big game here. Thanks, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
All right, you guys have a good one. Go Hawks.
That's right.
This special edition of The Huddle is powered by WGU. What's the latest on Nick Emmanwori? We'll hear from Mike Macdonald at the podium next.
we knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Season 2 of Unrivaled Basketball is here, and the energy is unreal. Stacy Ross here telling you to get ready, because the best women's players on the planet are running it back with even bigger moments and bigger stakes. Built for the players, created by women's basketball stars, Unrivaled gives athletes a high-quality, U.S.-based off-season league with better visibility and support. So don't miss as Paige Beckers, Nafisa Collier, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Stewart, and more take to the court and redefine the game. If you love high-intensity hoops, this is the league you've been waiting for. More action, more highlights, more star power. Every matchup, every highlight, every moment that makes you jump out of your seat, it's all back and bigger than ever. This isn't your regular season. This is Unrivaled. Games air on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max, so it's super easy to watch no matter where you are. Unrivaled Basketball, where the pace is faster, the energy higher, and every athlete shines.
Robert was in big trouble with the IRS.
Yes, I owed them a lot of money, over $52,000.
Then he heard about civic tax relief.
They took great care of me. It went really quick. $52,000 I owed, and they had a payoff for $100, and the IRS accepted it. Man.
Off the hook for just $100?
Civic tax relief will take care of you. Give them a call.
Call Civic Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation. 800-881-4555. 800-881-4555. Individual results may vary. Visit civictaxrelief.com for more information.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're 62 or older, lots of equity in your home, and you want to pull some cash out, but a refinance or HELOC, well, it means a bigger payment. And the cost of selling your home, it's insane. So what should you do? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve. You really got 3 options. Number 1, sell your home. 2, get a HELOC or refinance. Or 3, get a reverse mortgage. Tila has done the analysis and believes that a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their homes without selling and having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? No. Call today and let's compare. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call today. 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
TilaMortgage.com. Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
At Bible Law Group, we understand what it means to be local legal representation. From shopping at the Bon Marché, picking up gear at Chubby and Tubby, crying for Joey Cora, now for Cal, grabbing a burger while JP Patches clowns by. We live here and fight for you. That's why Bible Law gives local representation to those facing legal problems too big for prayers, even if you can't pronounce Squim or Puyallup. Our legal team has secured more than $40 million in settlements for our clients. We're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Back to the huddle, only on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
This special edition of The Huddle is powered by WGU. Mike Macdonald is scheduled to appear at the podium. I know exactly what he's going to be asked, so let's talk about it right now because he's not up just yet. He will be asked about Nick Emmanwori, the latest on his status. Bump, I'm going to you first. If Nick doesn't play, and we don't know that he's not going to, guys. Let's say that he doesn't, or let's say that he's very limited. What's it mean for this defense? And I don't mean like, what could they do? What are the options here?
Well, if he's limited and they want to spell him, that means Drake Thomas is going to play a bit more. They'll get into an official base, like the traditional base, not their nickel, but nickel for these guys is a base. That means that tight ends might be a bit more free, even though I feel like they do a good job rotating the safeties when the tight ends are running across the field. But coming off the game last week or a couple weeks ago against the Rams, Nick did such a good job in the slot against Puka and then Devontae as well. So you lose that. I think they'll still be fine, but you're not going to be as dynamic. That's what Nick Emmanwori is. He's just a dynamic player. He can play the run. He can play the tight end. He can cover receivers in the slot. That's all is there.
All right, listen to Mike Macdonald right now.
Not sure how extensive, if at all, he's going to practice, but he's confident, got a great plan, fully expect him to play. So good, right where we want to be. So. But he's doing great and moving around. Just got to make sure we handle it the right way, and probably going to be over careful and over cautious at this point to make sure we're rolling going into the weekend.
Hey, Coach, over here on the left. You talk about playing a style that nobody wants to match. How does that figure into your practice philosophy in terms of padded practices and getting ready for a game like this?
We practice the amount of reps and intensity on what we feel like what we need to do to go play our best football. So sometimes it's putting pads on to make sure our pad level is up to snuff and our physicality is ready to go. And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we call it ACT practice. Sometimes we're in ACT tempo. We're changing tempos all the time. Sam Ramsey does a great job of helping us on a daily basis of what the guys' outputs are and what they can handle and when we can push and when we can't. So I don't know. I feel like our injury history over the last 2 years is just as good as anybody else in the league. So you can test me on that one, but I'm pretty sure we're up there.
Hey, Coach, over here. Mark Fucrell, how are you?
Hey, good to see you.
You pulled me aside after opening night and said you'd wish you'd answered my question a little bit differently. That question was, to get to this point, you had to sacrifice a lot. And what do you feel was the biggest thing that you had to sacrifice to get here?
Well, actually reflecting on it, it's not really me that's sacrificed. The layup answer is time. But to me, it's what are your loved ones willing to sacrifice? I mean, there's some things that you inevitably have to miss, what you don't want to. But I think of what my wife has sacrificed up to this point. A couple years ago, we were playing the AFC Championship game, and 2 days later, we flew to Seattle and we stayed there. All the way across the country. And in the moment, it felt like that was a big, it was obviously a huge decision. But man, we're really blessed and happy that happened. And, it's funny how those things have a way of shaking out that way. But you have to have faith in the process and took a lot of faith on her part. So I think it's probably your loved ones around you.
Mike, right here. When you got here and you and John were sort of assessing the roster, just how are those conversations in terms of here's how we're going to build it out, the moves we need to make, and then maybe how's it kind of played out relative to what you thought it would?
Well, I think that was also a process with pretty much everything else we've done in our program since we got here. I really enjoyed understanding what our people thought of our players. A lot of our players, we've talked about throughout the season, the Drake Thomases of the world, the Tyakatas of the world, I wasn't very familiar with coming in. I think it was a balance of like, hey, these are the physical traits of things that we want our players to be able to do at these given positions. But I don't think that we're like rigid in saying like, this guy has to be like this. Go find me a Nick Emmanwori. He's got to be 6'3". He's got to run a 4'3". It's like, there's only so many of those people walking the planet, But it's also mentality. It's communication. All those different types of things. It's their love for football, I think, which was something that we shared from the get-go. The toughness factor, the grit factor, those types of things. We're definitely aligned from the get-go.
Hey, Coach, right here. Your team excels at tackling just at a high level. Your team tackles, and especially effectively. What was the process like getting your team to that level tackling, and why is it so important to effectively tackle on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, I have to give just about all the credit to Chris Partridge. You know, when we were at Michigan after I left, and I don't want to quote Coach Harbaugh here because I wasn't there, but basically created like a Finnish coach, and CP was there for that, and he had an idea of kind of building out a curriculum for us on how we want to finish plays, and we ended up calling it EAT, effort, angle, and tackling, and CP has spearheaded that project from the day one. The guys love it, and it's something we drill the fundamental of tackling and finishing every day. We do it as a team. We do it in our warm-up before games. It's just kind of part of our DNA, and the guys take a lot of pride in it. And when it hits, you know, it's the way that you want it. It's powerful stuff, and when you don't hit it, it can get ugly. So the guys understand the importance of it, and we take a lot of pride in it.
Hi, Coach. Just one more about Nick. It's not about the injury, but you've seen a lot of football players. How do you react to a rookie player who's able to learn fast and fly all around the field like that? And is it even surprising for some of the players on the team?
Well, I think this is a great example of can we have buy-in. Really, look, if you draft a player, it's great to have alignment behind it because you know that you're going to be investing like full tilt into their development. What they have, Nick's kind of a special example of that, but it's still, you know, kind of apples to apples, is even if you were to pick like a fifth or sixth rounder. But I think it was all hands on deck. The coaches having a vision for what we wanted to create, Nick being bought in, committed to doing those like daily steps. And then, you know, our veterans on our team, you know, it's easy for vets to be like, hey, you drafted this guy. Okay, is he here to replace me? What's the deal? You know, okay, do we really want the, you know, how much do we help the guy? I think the beauty behind our team is like our vets have embraced our rookies. Our rookies have had a lot of respect for our veterans from the day they walked in the door, and it's meshed really well where each side can really push each other, and I think that's how you get to where we are today with Nick. So it's a great example of how we want to operate.
Hey, Mike, you've talked about connection on this team, and just now you talked about veterans and the young players' connection. I'm wondering if you could talk about your assistant coach's connection to the players and how that's spread out and built up for your defense and offense.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. It's you know, again, I've never had our staff before, but as you know, before last year, but as you're visualizing, hey, what's important to us, how we want to operate as a coaching staff, as a football team. You know, if you and I aren't connected and I'm coaching you, there's no way in heck you're going to ever do anything that I'm asking you to do. So it's kind of like that's the starting point of who we want to coach our football team and be around our players every day. And our guys have just done a phenomenal job. Look, I mean, football teams are like the coolest thing ever. You got people from all these different backgrounds, all these different experiences, all these different expertises, and somehow you can kind of come together in a way where we're all kind of helping each other and going in the same direction. I think that's a powerful thing, and our coaches are living, breathing examples of that every day. They do a phenomenal job.
Hey, Mike, following that up over here on your right, regarding Jay Harbaugh, your special teams coordinator, what stood out in your time around him before hiring him for your staff, and how has his characteristics, or how have his characteristics kind of enabled that unit to be such a complementary force?
I love bragging on Jay because he's kind of like a underrated hero behind this whole operation. I met Jay when I became an intern. He's the one who interviewed me in Baltimore back in 2014, and that's where our friendship started. And he was a QC on offense, actually working for Gary Kubiak at the time, which is a small world, but. And then he left to coach with his dad at Michigan, and we stayed in touch. But when I got to Michigan, it became very clear very, very quickly that this guy was a heck of a football coach, great eye for talent, the way he got buy-in and the way that he like creatively coached these awesome fundamentals, and the guys like loved the process in special teams in college. Like that doesn't, I mean, Michigan's a special place, but it doesn't happen all the time, all across the country. It wasn't my experience at Georgia. And I was like, man, this is awesome. This is really rad. And this guy's a really dang good coach. And then he coached running backs, he coached tight ends. I left, he became the safeties coach. This guy can coach football. And you think about how he operates and what his mentality is. I mean, it was like, a very, very easy decision to beg him to come to Seattle and be our special teams coordinator. And he's done a tremendous job since day one. Talking about chasing edges, this guy, that's how he operates all the time. Pushing the envelope, he pushes me, he's got a great perspective. Not afraid to challenge the status quo. I mean, all those things. Just the list goes on and on. Jay's awesome.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to hear from Super Bowl champion and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m. Bump and Stacy 10 to 2. Wyman and Bob 2 to 6 with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the new year from the James G. Murphy Company, and it's underway now. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check murphyauction.com for all details. murphyauction.com. murphyauction.com.
Experience a luxury resort, breathtaking wildlife, spectacular wilderness, and amazing fishing at Queen Charlotte Lodge in northern British Columbia. King salmon and runs are at their peak in May and June, and halibut and lingcod are always plentiful. Check out how easy it is to visit QCL at fishqcl.com. That's fishqcl.com. Queen Charlotte Lodge. Experience fishing first class. And remember, our dollar's worth $1.35 north of the border.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you.
The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-793-8074 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-793-8074. That's 800-793-8074. What do you have to lose? Call 800-793-8074. Again, 800-793-8074.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. This is The Huddle.
The handoff inside. He's Charbonnet. He's going to go. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Exclusively on Seattle Sports on 710, Seattle Sports on YouTube, and the Seattle Sports app with hosts Michael Bumpus, Stacy Rost, and Dave Wyman.
You don't focus. You go get that.
Time to go inside The Huddle.
This special edition of The Huddle is powered by WGU. Very excited for our guest here. Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner, kind enough to join us. How's it going, Kurt?
It's going great. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Awesome. It'll be a fun week.
A really thrilling one, excuse me.
Well, you would know that better than anyone, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Been to a few of these.
it's crazy, but you know what it's become. But it's a fun week, build up to the end of the season. So I'm excited.
Behind, I guess, every player, a lot of players are great stories. You got a great story yourself, and here in Seattle, we got Sam Darnold with a great story. Just what do you like about his game and just his journey to get to where he is today?
I mean, I love the fact that we have people like Sam that can show people that it's okay to do it differently. You know, you got the guy on the other side in Drake that's here in his second year, and you know what everybody hopes that you get when you draft a guy. But for some of us, it takes a little bit longer, and that's okay. You have a little bit of patience, and for a guy to grow into being what Sam has become. And so I love that we have that on the big stage, is that everybody gets to see is that there's not just one road to the mountaintop. There's different ways. And, you know, and sitting down with Sam a little bit, as I learned in my journey, is that one of the easiest things to do is point at everybody else. Well, I was drafted by the Jets and this and that. And then nobody, as opposed to sometimes taking ownership and going, you know, I wasn't the player that I needed to be. I needed to learn and grow. And Sam has embraced that part of it, is what he needed to do along the way and how he's grown as a player. Now he's found himself in a great situation. I think a perfect fit for what he does is what Seattle has done this year. And now he's got a moment to, you know, to kind of seal his legacy, at least at this point in his career. So I love the journey, first and foremost. He's just a really talented thrower of the football. And I think we've always known that. Yeah. I think he's best when you can play action pass or, you know, get him on the move where he's at his best. But I love the fact that, you know, he had to play a little bit more drop back quarterback in the championship game and carried this football team. So he's showing us things, I think, every week on what he can be as a quarterback. Here's another moment to do that, but I still think he's got room to grow as a quarterback, which is the exciting part. You can find yourself in a Super Bowl, yet still in a position to get better.
Right. Kurt, when I played, and maybe not when you played too, we didn't have obliques. I don't think.
I still don't think I have them.
I don't think
I've never seen them if I have them.
I had never heard of them being injured before. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, with Darnold, yeah, I mean, it seems like he's pretty healthy. And same thing with Drake May. Are you expecting as well?
Yeah, I don't expect there to be any issues. I mean, you know, especially with, you know, things that they're dealing with. You know, you and I both know that there's ways to cover that a little bit for 3 hours in which you can go out and play your game. I broke some ribs in in my first Super Bowl, and it's just one of those things that they're going to find a way to deal with it. I don't think it's going to be an issue for either of them.
We were speaking the other day with Clinton Yates, who said that quarterback is the most underdeveloped position in football. What do you think sometimes, I don't want to say scouts or coaches, but maybe collectively we, the NFL, get wrong about quarterbacks early, or maybe some mistakes that we make?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing that's hard to know about a quarterback is you don't know what they're like between the ears until they get in the moment. And so that's the hardest thing to always judge. And so now we've fallen in love with how fast do they run, how far can they throw, those types of things, as opposed to the things to me that really still make a quarterback great. The things we can see are great and people fall in love with them, but it's the things we can't see that are what makes quarterbacks great. And so I think that's the first part of it. I think the second part is when you talk about development, I don't think the lower levels do a very good job of developing quarterbacks. As we get these more athletic quarterbacks. So I always use this, like when I was playing, right, the worst athlete on the field was the quarterback, right? Because I was supposed to throw it to the guys that were really talented, or hand it to the guys that were really talented. So, guys that were non-athletes. And so you have to learn how to play in terms of what's the defense doing? Where am I supposed to throw it? What's the timing? And then there was at some point some shift where somebody probably really smart said, why do we want somebody that's not our best athlete to touch the ball every time? Let's put our best athlete at quarterback, which in one, from one standpoint is great because they can do whatever they need to do on a particular play. But because these guys are so unbelievably talented, I think their fallback is always, oh, I don't see it, run around and make a play. I don't see it, run around and make a play. And it's great until you get to the highest level where you're no longer the greatest athlete on the field. And now trying to live in that world is really, really hard. I mean, we still have a couple, the Kyler Murrays and the Lamar Jacksons that are still the best, but it's really hard to live in that world against the best players and the best schemes in the world. And so these guys, I don't believe, are being developed because they don't really have to be. It's like we can play a guy in college, he's the best athlete, he can have success, great. We don't really have to prepare him for the NFL. Then they get to the NFL and it's like, oh, hold on a sec. Now you got to see it. Now you got to be out on time. Now you got to be accurate with the football. And that to me is where I think we're missing in terms of these guys coming into the league and are not fully ready to play the position the way it needs to be played at this level.
Kurt, football has been great to me, but horrible to me at the same time. Never played in the Super Bowl, played on some horrible NFL teams. Biggest game I probably played in was a Apple Cup in college or something like that. I can't imagine playing in the NFL and playing the quarterback position especially. And everyone's going to say, just make it another game. But when you're the quarterback, you're making all the decisions, all the pressure is on you. What is it like just that first series going out there and playing?
The one beautiful thing is that when the ball is snapped, it's still just football. But it's managing your emotions up until that point. And then to me, in a game like this, when it's for everything, it's being able to manage the waves and the momentum swings in game. I'm a perfect example. I played in 3 Super Bowls. In my first Super Bowl, I was up 16-0 in a game. With 2 minutes to go, it was tied 16-16. Right. In one of them, I was down 17-3. We tied it up with 2 minutes to go. And in the last one, we were down 10 at the half and took the lead with 2.5 minutes to go. And so every one of those was a double-digit swing within the game. And what normally happens is you get in this big moment and you fall behind and you're like, oh my gosh, it's the Super Bowl, we're behind. I got to try to make it up on one play or one drive. And usually that's when it goes the wrong direction. So for me with quarterbacks in these moments is, if something doesn't go well early or you fall behind or you make a mistake, you got to ride the waves of it's a 60-minute game. Just like every other game, that you can still get your way back into it if you don't let one mistake lead to another mistake to lead to another mistake. But it's hard because what's at stake in these games and that this is for everything. And so if we let this thing get away from us early, this thing's over. And so it's easy to panic in those moments. And that's what I believe these quarterbacks, if it doesn't go well early, just ride the storm a little bit, ride the wave a little bit, and find your way back into it.
Could we borrow just one more minute of your time for
sure.
the last question? Okay.
Oh, okay. What do you see about this defense that would give you trouble as a quarterback? Is it just they're able to rush 4 most of the time, or?
Yeah, I mean, I just think the flexibility of their players. I think that's one of the things when you play against great defenses, when it's hard to dictate. Like I'll think back to the Steelers game. When I played in the Super Bowl, and they had James Harrison, who was a great pass rusher. And what always made the Steelers really good was their 3-4 defenses because they could blitz a lot of different guys. And so what we said is, hey, we're going to go 4 wides. So when we do that, they have to make James Harrison a defensive end. Now we know exactly where he's going to be, and we're going to simplify the game. And so you like to have teams where you go, okay, if we do this, they've got to do that. Right. When you look at the Seattle team, they got all these great athletes on the back end where they don't have to put in a linebacker instead of having Nick in the slot. He can play in all those different settings, and so you can't dictate exactly what you want to dictate and get the matchups that you want against a defense like this. And that, to me, is what makes them so good. They're athletic across the board. They can rush with 4, which always makes it harder. But those guys on the underneath, their linebackers and their nickel guys, are so versatile that you can't say, we're going to do this and we're going to force them to do that, and that gives us an advantage. You can't necessarily force that with this team.
Super Bowl champion, former Super Bowl MVP, Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greats, Kurt Warner. Kind enough to take time today. Thank you, Kurt, so much.
You got it. Enjoy the week.
Talking to a few Seahawks coming up next.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Thrives on innovation, and so can you with a bachelor's, master's, or certificate program from WGU's School of Business. Get your business education online on your schedule with personalized support every step of the way. Our accredited programs are built with input from industry experts and respected by employers nationwide. Are you ready to move your career forward at the speed of business? Learn more at wgu.edu.
Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoffs gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in-store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com.
If you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact, if you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
We live here in Washington. I travel all over the state for work.
Affordable short-term rentals help us stay together and make Hazel feel at home.
Now Olympia is considering a huge tax increase on short-term rentals,
pricing us and other families out, since more than half of short-term rentals here are used by Washingtonians.
Costs on everything are going up.
Please tell legislators not to make our trips more expensive too.
Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive. Host PAC.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
And the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
Home of the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Back to the huddle, only on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Seahawk Mike Morris joining us right now on the huddle. Mike, how's it going?
It's going amazing. Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you okay. I mean, I think we just have all accepted a level of chaos and loudness at Radio Row. So we're just happy to have you with us. And we can hear you just fine. How's practice been this week? Is it kind of a normal week, a little toned down to, avoid any injuries? What's it felt like?
I feel like it's a normal week. I feel like we play the best when we have our normal week, a normal schedule. And I feel like just because it's one of the biggest days doesn't mean we need to change what we do. So practicing regularly, probably the schedule is probably a little shorter, but we're all getting the same stuff done.
Mike, because you guys are in the Super Bowl, is there any celebrities or comedians or anybody who's the coolest person that you have seen so far this
I haven't really seen anybody. I haven't really seen anybody, man. I just been really locked in. Honestly, there's not really much to do, if I'm being honest. We had a full off day on Tuesday, and man, I was just in my room playing video games, and I'm like, bro, I gotta get out of the room. I gotta get out. I went to the mall for like 4 hours, just walking around, saw some of my teammates, hung out, and then I was like, yeah, man, what am I doing here? And I was trying to buy stuff that I didn't even need, and I was like, man, I'm just trying to spend stuff. So I just went back to my room. Yeah.
Hey, I love the energy you guys came with in your initial, I guess, touchdown in California. What was that moment like for you?
The feeling when we touched down?
Yeah, just the vibe, the experience, the feels, all that.
Man, I feel like it's cool. I feel like it's really fire. I feel like our team is ready. Our team is really prepared. I feel like Mike and some of the coaches had to really tell us to enjoy this experience. Because a lot of us just want to win and not really deal with the media and stuff like that. But I think the media makes it real. Media makes it the media days and everything make it oh, we're actually here at Super Bowl. It's actually a big thing. So I feel like that's cool. But yeah, I feel like honestly, I feel like it's regular game. It's regular game week, regular game, and we just have to attack it the way we know how to, and then the rest will take care of itself.
All right, well, speaking of attacking it, tell us a bit of what you see on film from the Patriots offense. I mean, we haven't watched them all year. You guys didn't play them, so educate us, Mike.
I feel like they have a really good run game. They get big to run the ball, spread out to throw the ball, old school football. And we just got to attack it. It's defensively, they're really good up front. They've honestly dominated on defense throughout this whole playoff series, so I thought we just have to do what we do, and the rest take care of itself.
I'm asking questions like I'm one of these media people that isn't a football person.
What's your favorite
color?
So I'm going to ask you this one, Mike. Who is your a teammate that you just marvel at? Wow, how did he do that? Does anybody stick out?
None of them. It's not a single person. No, I'm just joking. Man, if I'm being honest, nah, I can't. Yeah, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want people to think that, oh, Mike, you trying to show me love. Nah, I don't. These guys stink. These guys suck. My teammates, terrible guys. I'm trying to think. I'll say, I'll probably say D-Law because D-Law, he's just at the right spot at the right time, doing the right thing. And it's like, bruh, what were you even thinking about in that situation? Like the play he dropped, I was like, D-Law, I'm looking, I'm like, I know that play call wasn't that play call. You were not supposed to drop. Like, what made you drop? And that's what we came up with the phrase law logic. We came up with the phrase law logic in our room because he just does stuff off the rip and like ends up getting a fumble, ends up getting a game-saving coverage, and it's like, bro, you weren't supposed to do that. Why'd you do that? And he's like, man, I saw it, and I was like, Law, you did not see that. You just felt something. And then Law Logic comes into place, and then he just dominates. So Law Logic, man.
Law Logic, man. I like that. I like that.
Law Logic.
What do you see with this Patriots team? The media, I guess us, not us, but other media, are going to try to downplay who they are because of the path that they got here. But they're in the Super Bowl, so they're a good ball club. What do you see from the Patriots?
I feel they're a good team, take advantage of opportunities, do the right thing, play really good complementary football. Defense gets stops, offense holds the ball and drives on the field. Drake May does a lot of good things with his running the ball, and they have a lot of trick plays like QB passes and let's toss it to the running back and then we'll dump it. So I mean, it's a lot of cool stuff that they do. I feel like, again, we just have to do our thing. But, again, they're a good team. You don't get to the Super Bowl by being trash. Like, schedule or not, like, they had to beat, 3 playoff teams to get here. And now they're in their 4th playoff game of the season. And all those teams that they played weren't just trash teams. They're playoff pretenders, you know? So I feel like we have to respect that.
All right, now it's my turn to ask a fun Radio Row question. I apologize in advance, but now I need to know. You were talking about, staying in the hotel room, being a little bored, and I was just thinking, who on the team would be the worst roommate? Like, you're like, please, no. Please don't board me up with this guy. He's going to eat in his bed. He's going to leave the TV on at 3 a.m., full blast. Take your time. Take your time.
I feel like we have a lot of really cool guys on the team.
Okay, so then you could also say the best roommate.
I'll say the worst roommate would be probably EJ. Not because he's clean, not because I feel like he's a clean dude, great guy, great player, but like he just aggravates me. Really, he's like one of the few people who like gets under my skin and just pisses me off sometimes. It's like he can do nothing. I just look at him, he just pisses me off. So I'm saying EJ. Again, great family, great wife, great kid. It's just him. It just gets me upset.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we still have. Do we still have 2 more minutes with you?
I'm sorry.
Is that okay? Okay.
My bad,
Yeah.
Mike. Yep. Hey, tell us anything new. I mean, you were telling us these stories last time we talked to you about Macdonald and how he makes things awkward. Any new stories on Mike Mack during Super Bowl week?
No, I don't have anything like that. But I heard he had like a 17-second just pause on the radio. Was that your station or was somebody else?
Yes.
It was somebody
17
else?
seconds.
Yeah, no, it was us. It was in the morning. Wyman, did you see this? With Brock and Salk. I forget what they asked him. Curtis, do you remember what they asked him?
I forget.
But it was maybe it's not 17
They were asking
seconds.
for a one-word answer to something.
And Mike, you could work in radio. You have a great radio voice, but when you work in radio, you get this internal clock for even 3 seconds of quiet. You start kind of panicking.
You start
I felt
talking,
like I couldn't breathe.
You talk.
Yeah. He was really. I think he was just genuinely thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it really 17 seconds?
Is crazy.
That's a
17
long
full seconds.
time.
That's a long. Hold a plank for 17 seconds. That's a long 17 seconds. A long 17 seconds.
That is a long time. It makes it awkward out there. Last one I got for you. What's your go-to pregame song? Do you have one that you hit before you hit the field, or is it kind of random?
I mean, it's cool. I mean,
It's getting awkward, Mike.
Bro, you just can't ask me a question like, oh, what's your favorite song? Or what's your go-to song? And like, there's a plethora of songs out there. You actually pick one.
A plethora.
So it's not getting awkward. If you say it's awkward, then it's awkward. But it's not getting awkward because you gotta let me think a little bit. Dang, don't rush me.
Okay.
Give him 10
I'm sorry, Mike.
Give him 17 seconds.
Like I'm saying, you want to fight? Like, you do want to fight? Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I feel like we have really good music blasting before the game. A lot of players like they cue songs, and I feel like that's more than enough for me.
I feel like you're going to think of your answer to this in like an hour. And you're going to be like, that was what I should have said.
Yeah.
I know. Our mistake, Mike. You know what? I apologize.
You got to give me like a week advance, like 24 hours.
Next time we'll let you know. All right, you're the best.
That.
You're always
Thank
such an easy interview. We appreciate you, Mike. Thanks so
Mike.
much.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, thank y'all so much.
Good luck Sunday. All right, coming up next on a special edition of The Huddle, powered by WGU, Josh Jobe.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m., Bump and Stacy 10 to 2, Wyman and Bob 2 to 6, with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Get ready, because it's here. The first huge public online auction of the new year from the James G. Murphy Company. And it's underway now. We're stacked and packed with a vast assortment of heavy construction equipment, trucks, trailers, and more, like 17 excavators, 6 dozers, including a 2012 John Deere 700K XLT, 4 wheel loaders, a grader, a 2021 Kenworth T270 propane delivery truck, a 2023 Volvo Auto Transporter, 6 Peterbilt 567 tractors, 6 dump trucks, forklifts, boom lifts, loaders, graders, and utility trucks. But wait, there's more, like over 100 unused gas-powered excavators, flatbed trucks, and on and on. We are on fire with gear. Preview all items Tuesday and Wednesday, February 10th and 11th at our location in Marysville. Do not miss the first huge public online auction of the new year. Check MurphyAuction.com for all details. MurphyAuction.com. MurphyAuction.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Home of the NFC champion Seahawks.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Back to the huddle, only on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
If you missed Mike Macdonald's press conference just earlier this afternoon, good news on Nick Emmanwori. Now, they're going to take it cautious with this. We don't have, exact answers, but he said simply he's confident that Nick is going to play on Sunday. I'm sure you guys and the Seahawks both feel relieved to hear that. Now, what does a limited Nick mean, Wyman?
Limited Nick? I always thought, it's either a go or a no-go. You don't go out there if you're, 75%. Well, first of all, nobody's 100%, right?
Right.
But I think he's either gonna play or he isn't. And I think if he's on the field, it's gonna be the full go Nick, right? That guy only knows one way to play, but it is a bummer. Those are the things that bother me the most. I think also in the playoff games, the weather. I don't want to see a game in crappy weather. I want the two teams to be evenly matched and have, and I know they're on the same field, but I don't want anything else affecting it. I don't want any injuries, certainly. So that's the bummer part.
Gorgeous out here, so I don't think we have to worry about it. And we will see this guy on Sunday out there. It's Josh Jobe joining us right now. Josh, how's it going?
Oh, everything's good. Everything's good. How about yourself?
Fantastic. I would imagine this defense is feeling very confident, not just because you guys are a favorite, but you guys kind of exude that confidence all season, right?
We've been confident since April, since OTA, so we're just ready.
Hey, Josh, take us back to when you joined the Seahawks. I know it was last year, I think right before the Atlanta game, but just, what did you heard about Mike Macdonald? And, when you look back on that move, it must feel pretty good.
Obviously, he's a great coach and a leader, and, he always coach us to a high standard, and that's what we all want as a player. And it was a great fit for me, and the plan works out for me.
Hey, Josh, when you got your time to shine last year, I love watching your film because I just appreciated your technique, right? Your attention to detail at the corner position. What do you think is the best part of your game?
Best part of my game is on press man, being physical. Just having that physical ability to disrupt time and just have my D-line get to the quarterback as soon as possible, and that's my job.
Hey, tell me a bit about these Patriots receiving weapons.
They have pretty good receivers, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who I go against. They have to see me full 60 minutes of football.
Hey, Josh, what does this mean to you? I mean, the Super Bowl, it's a big deal. I mean, does it seem like just another game? I mean, I know Mike's trying to make it that way, but, man, it's I think every little kid that ever wanted to play football is maybe got a little bit of butterflies in your stomach?
Nah, like you said, just like Mike Macdonald said, just another game for us, you know. The whole year we just treat it like another game, you know, preparation-wise, and feel confident out on the field. So Super Bowl's a Super Bowl, but we just out here trying to win, and just another game for us.
Yeah. Hey, what's the install like for a Super Bowl? I would assume you're going to run your stuff, right? But because you have a couple of weeks to prepare, does it feel like you add a few more things in, or you're just going to run what you run?
We were just going to run what we run, you know. So Coach have us play fast out there, you know. Just keep it simple.
Now, you guys are going to be wearing the all-navy unis in this one. I was personally hoping it could be throwbacks. I know the NFL can't find a way to make it happen. What's your personal favorite Seahawks uniform combo you guys have this year?
I'd say the all-navy and the throwback. Those are my two favorite.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, you have any family coming out for the game?
I have my fiance and a couple of my friends.
Yeah, I would assume that everyone's like trying to pull you away and grab your attention, but you guys seem pretty focused. What do you do during your downtime during Super Bowl week?
Basically just going over my playbook, you know, watching extra film, and just stay in the treatment room as long as I can. So that's pretty much it. And just ignore the outside and just stay loose and focused.
You mentioned your fiance, and congratulations, by the way. We saw that photo up on your Instagram. Who was it? Like a big surprise? Of course, I'm asking about the engagement. I'm sorry, but I have to. Was it like a big planned out thing, a spontaneous thing? Did you have help planning something? How much effort went into the actual proposal itself?
You know, it took a lot. You know, I was kind of nervous. You know, and we was up in Puerto Rico too, so I had my assistant. You know, help me plan out everything, you know, make sure I have the sunrise set at the right time, you know, because I don't want to get chewed up on my fiance. But she didn't know anything. It was a surprise. I told her we was going out on the beach, just having a picnic, you know. Then she had the bandana cover her eyes and everything, and I just popped out the question. And it was like full of joyful moments.
I feel like if it's a genuine surprise, you did it right. I mean, obviously, you know, you love that person, but like if you really caught her off guard, that was the right way to do it.
Yeah.
No, I caught her off guard for sure.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, take me back to high school, man. Were you a guy who played multiple positions? Did you make the transition to corner? Most corners play a little bit of receiver, running back. What were you in high school?
Technically, I was a safety. Then, like, around, like, playoffs, Coach had put me at running back. And those were the two positions I played throughout my career, safety and running back. Then once I got to college, Coach transitioned me to corner.
Did you want to play another sport? Josh, I asked because every single former football player I've ever met is like, no, I could have gone in the NBA. Like, I really could have. Like, totally convinced. Was there another sport that you absolutely loved?
Baseball and track.
Nice. All right, well, I guess I'll focus on football this weekend for a pretty important game. Good luck out there on Sunday, Josh. We really appreciate you taking the time, and congratulations again on your engagement.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
Have a good one. All right, before we head out of here, I have even better news than just Mike Macdonald saying that he's confident that Nick Emmanwori is going to play. We're actually going to hear from Nick Emmanwori.
Nice.
And look, I mean, hearing this from Mike Macdonald was fantastic, but Bump, you know, Wyman, you know, we're all in media. Anytime a guy is actually talking to the media and at the podium, an amazing sign. So who knows if he's going to be at 100%, but you're going to hear from him coming up next.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care.
We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Ooh, that face. Quantum fiber internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of her video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum fiber internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Back to the huddle, only on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
We got to hear from Nick Emmanwori. Let's take a listen.
Oh, yeah, just a little mishap that happened, just rolled my ankle, and I just didn't finish practice, so that was it.
How scary was that in the moment?
In the moment, you probably just, things happen, but, it's a Super Bowl week, so probably just a little, too much, but I'm good, though.
How are you feeling? You expect to play on Sunday?
Yeah, I expect to play on Sunday. Feel good. Training staff got a good plan for me. Everything good, and just making sure I'm just rehabbing good, so.
Was it a relief when you guys got the imaging back and there was no further damage?
Yeah, super relief. Doc told me I'm gonna be good. Just super young, healthy. So yeah, I'll be good. I'll be good to go.
How much of that is you'd be good to go in any Sunday, and how much of that is I'm not missing the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I think I would have been good to go any Sunday. Like for last week or 2 weeks ago, I think same outcome.
Are you planning to practice today?
I think they got a plan to do some walkthrough, maybe just from the precaution, just to hold me out a little bit, just to see, what's going on, but just walk through.
At the same ankle that you hurt week 1?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be limited at all Sunday?
Nah, once I'm out there, my adrenaline will be pumping. It's gonna be, last game of the season, so I think I'll be good to go.
You're up for Defensive Rookie of the Year tonight, NFL honors. Does that matter to you?
Yeah, for like a individual award, that would be huge, to add to my, young career. But, right now, kind of like, that would be cool, but, I think a Super Bowl ring would be, way better and, something I can actually, feel good about.
Also, Jax is up for Offensive Player of the Year. If you had to make a case for him,
watch the tape. Film don't lie. I think Jax definitely put on the show and definitely deserves that Offensive Player of the Year award. I remember games, like just watching teams going out there, they couldn't really stop him, game planning, double coverage, safety over top, knowing he's finna get the ball and he's still out there making plays. And shout out to Clint too, scheming him up and finding ways for him to get open, knowing teams are gonna double him and sometimes triple him. So he definitely my Offensive Player of the Year, so.
sorry to make you repeat it, man, but just talk about the ankle, what happened yesterday, and just kind of how you feel today and heading into
Yeah, it was just towards the end of practice, I have just rolled my ankle, kind of like caught me off guard. The practice wasn't like nothing crazy or nothing. We weren't like going hard out there, but just rolled it, and I'll be good to go for Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that.
Same ankle week 1?
Yeah, same ankle. Yeah, it just kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Like, like nobody really wants to get hurt or banged up during the Super Bowl week or any week at that. So it just kind of caught me off guard. Just a little scared, but imaging came back and, Doc spoke and we got a good plan to go for Sunday. So I'll be fine. I'll be good.
Did it feel differently than how
Yeah, it wasn't as severe to me. I felt like, I could walk off on my own and just had to, give it a chance, give it a break, so, it feels good.
We heard from some veterans who said they kind of came to you early in the season and let you know, like, hey, there's an opportunity here. You're a young guy, but you want to step up. Like, for the young players, what does it mean to see those guys in the Super Bowl, a lot of them for the first time?
It feels good. I do remember that conversation. It was me, Julian Love, and Leo were walking at the end of practice, and we were just talking about, like, how important this year is, and it's like, that, like, why wait next year or look for the future when, we got the team to do it now, and I'm going to be a big role and be a a part of that. So, that's kind of like what kind of stuck with me, and just actually being here in a moment, it's kind of like, we knew we had the talent to be here, and now that we're actually here, we just got to go finish the job and just handle business like we always knew we would.
In the heat of the moment, how do you reflect on what happened with Rick Woolen and approaching him on the sideline in the third quarter of that NFC Championship?
I think looking back to that, I think it kind of just made us closer a little bit. Honestly, like, we were already super close, so we already had the ability to, like, have those kind of uncomfortable confrontations on the sideline, even if it was him coming to me or me coming to him or somebody else coming to somebody else. But I think us doing that just solidified what type of team we are and the brotherhood. And he knew he was wrong for that. Like, he knew he messed up, so nobody else had to tell him. But just the passion that we all play with as players, and how much I care for him and how much I know he cares for me is like somebody had to like just go up there and tell him. So looking back, I think that's what makes our team strong. And if I'm out of line, I expect one of my teammates to come up to me too. So.
Nick, it's pretty fortunate to be a rookie and playing in a Super Bowl, right? But have you thought about like what could this do for your career in terms of just taking up a level? Not many people get to say they're a Super Bowl champion, let alone after their first year in the league.
Yeah, I definitely thought about that. Just as far as like what this ring would do, especially for the vets and for myself, and for the team. It's just setting the foundation and cementing the legacy for these older guys out here. DeMarcus Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Jarran Reed, Cooper Kupp. Even though he already has a ring, but just cementing the legacy and starting the foundation for the younger guys. So we got a good young team, so we can expect to keep doing this in the future. So.
Last year in South Carolina, could you imagine being in the Super Bowl?
My last year, nah, not really. I was so focused on like trying to finish classes and going to like school and but I think when I got drafted to the Seahawks, and I remember like the first couple of practices we had and just seeing the team. I wasn't really surprised about where we are right now. I know a lot of people, the media had us doubted and like had us finishing last in the division, all type of stuff before the season. But I didn't think none of it. I knew where we were going to be. Like I knew we were going to be a successful team and have a deep playoff run, which led us to the Super Bowl.
What struck you right away?
I say the vets, like the amount of vets we just had, and like it was just like we just have problems everywhere as far as like for the other team, whether it's our D-line or our secondary or our offense. Sam looked good in training camp. Jax was killing in training camp. Our running backs looked great. It was just like all over, everywhere I looked around, it was just like playmakers at every position, like kind of overwhelming a little bit. So. Yeah, now this experience has been good. I don't want to make it more than what it is, and everybody's kind of like to each his own. But for me, it's kind of like just see it as just playing the Patriots. When the ball kicks off, it's just going to be another football game. But as far as like the media and all the other stuff around, it's like a pretty cool experience. Like I realized like not a lot of NFL players have to get to experience it. So this is something I'll definitely remember. But at the end of the day, we just going to play the Patriots. So.
What do you remember about the draft process of like Seahawks were interested in you and then did you know that they've been letting you know, hey, we're trying to come get you, or were you surprised when that trade happened?
Yeah, I knew they were trying to come get me, but I thought I was going to be at 18 or like maybe I guess like maybe try to trade back into the first round again, but I'm not sure. But I just knew I definitely thought it was going to be the Seahawks, Bengals, Bills, Commanders, and the Eagles. Those like the teams I thought for sure that was going to pick me up. So that whole draft process was kind of weird, especially knowing that I kind of like every team I talked to didn't really have like a real plan, or like I knew they were heavily interested, but the Seahawks were kind of like I knew for sure. Like when I left that in-person meeting, I had texted my family group chat, and I was like, it's definitely the Seahawks. So yeah.
I'm sure you would have loved to go 18, but for them to be able to get Rizabely and you,
Yeah.
to get both you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's looking back, is like I'm kind of glad they ended up picking Greg 18. He got to invest in the defensive line. I mean, in the trenches, offensive line or defensive line. So picking Greg 18 ended up working out, and then somehow me falling into the second round was just a great pickup by John and them, and just a draft steal that teams definitely just missed out on. So. Yeah, I'm doing good. I feel good. Woke up this morning, wasn't really sore at all. A lot of people checking in on me from family, teammates, coaches and stuff, but I'm definitely good. I'll be ready to go. It wasn't like the week 1 injury. That definitely felt in week 1. It definitely felt way worse. This just felt like a real bad roll, but. Ankle injuries, they heal, especially like low ankle. It's nothing too serious to be even worried about. I definitely feel good and know myself, and I know I'll be ready to go.
Again, started the day, I should say, rather ended yesterday with some serious sounding news on Emmanwori, who turned his ankle at practice, was comforted by teammates, and needed additional imaging. None of us knew what was going to be happening, and thankfully we've had two great updates. Mike Macdonald speaking to reporters earlier today, saying that he's confident Emmanwori will play, and you just heard from Emmanwori himself. Bump and I will continue to talk about Emmanwori's role in this defense, what the Seahawks are going to do in Super Bowl 60. But this was the special edition of The Huddle, powered by WGU. Bump and Stacy coming your way next.
You've been listening to The Huddle, exclusively on Seattle Sports on 710, Seattle Sports on YouTube, and the Seattle Sports app. Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks. This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Hey, it's Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss. It's a new year and a perfect time to make the changes you've been dreaming of. Don't let those old habits and frustrations hold you back any longer. Our proven program gives you dedicated health coaches, ongoing support, real accountability, and a step-by-step detailed plan to help you lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a couple of months with no drugs, shots, exercise, or fake food. Imagine more energy, better health, losing fat, fitting perfectly into your favorite clothes, and being down 20 or more pounds by March. Remove the stress of trying to do this on your own and book your free consultation at eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Use February 8th as your little cheat day. Start with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic between now and the big game, and then use February 8th as your cheat day to get back to it. It's Mike Salk here, and I lost 35 pounds with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. I know you can too.
Join the 4,000 clients who we've helped lose 20 to 30 pounds in 60 days. Our remote programs allow you to lose weight from anywhere you live. Schedule your free consultation at eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
See your favorite Seattle Mariners up close at the Peoria Sports Complex. Come to sunny and warm Peoria, Arizona to celebrate an AL West championship and the beginning of another great season for your Mariners. Spring training in Peoria has plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, great food, and the best seats in baseball. It's family fun for fans of all ages. Book your trip today. Support your 2026 Seattle Mariners in Arizona for what promises to be another exciting season. Get your tickets at PeoriaBaseball.com.
When buying a battery, most people don't know one brand from another. And brands don't start things, watts do. And who remembers that volts times amps equals watts anyway? At Pacific Power Batteries, you're buying a battery from someone who you can trust. Lately, we've been working hard on our product knowledge so that you don't have to remember all that you may have forgotten about Ohm's Law. Studying vendors' strong points helps us find a battery that's right for you. And at Pacific Power Batteries, that's not artificial intelligence. That's useful information.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Breaking news from ESPN a little earlier today. Detroit Tigers left-hander Tarek Skubal will be paid $32 million this year after a 3-person salary arbitration panel ruled in his favor over the $19 million salary the Detroit Tigers proposed.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Rost.
We are live from Radio Row in San Francisco. Bump, remember before the conference championship game when Sam Darnold, over a period of like 20 minutes, was like, oh my God, he died. He has an oblique injury. And then he's fine. But it was a whirlwind for all of us, an emotional roller coaster. I feel like that was a little bit of the Nick Emmanwori thing. Now, this is a more serious injury. It's right before the most important game of the season, one of the most important games in Seahawks history. So I get it. I get the nervousness and the attention we were all paying. I certainly was. But we did get good updates. Let's take a listen. This is going to be cut number 1. Mike Macdonald explaining the Nick Emmanwori injury in detail.
Just rolled his ankle yesterday, and he's got a low ankle sprain. Going to do the walkthrough today. We're not sure how extensive, if at all, he's going to practice. But he's confident, got a great plan, fully expect him to play. So good, right where we want to be. So, but he's doing great and moving around. Just got to make sure we handle it the right way, and probably going to be over careful and over cautious at this point to make sure we're rolling going into the weekend.
Mike Macdonald is all of us when we're not quite sure what else to add with so good.
Yeah. Ankle sprains are funny because there's some that'll sit you down for a minute, but other ones that you just give it a couple days, you tape that thing up, you take what you got to take, and you go out there and you play ball. So I'm hopefully it's one of those. But when does Mike Macdonald sound like enthusiastic about anything, honestly?
That's fair.
Like the most enthusiastic I've heard him is we did not care. That's about as hyped as he gets. So I'll just take his word for it. Lots of players have played on bad ankles. He's got a few days. If it's not a really bad one, 2 or 3 days should heal him up. Good enough to play.
Now, we also heard from Nick, who spoke with reporters. Let's go to cut number 2. These are his first answers about the injury.
Oh, yeah. Just a little mishap happened. Just rolled my ankle, and I just didn't finish practice. So that was it. In the moment, you probably just, things happen, but, it's a Super Bowl week, so probably just a little, too much, but I'm good, though.
And in cut 3, don't just take his word for it. Players always want to play. The doc said he's good to go, too. Yeah,
I expect to play on Sunday. Feel good. Training staff got a good plan for me. Everything good, and just making sure I'm just rehabbing good. So, yeah, super relief. Doc told me I'm going to be good. Just super young, healthy. So, yeah, I'll be good. I'll be good to go.
Bump, this team won games without Nick Emmanwori out there for them. But what does Nick Emmanwori give this defense?
I like how he says super young and healthy, man. I remember those days. Super young and healthy.
Did your knees hurt just when you heard it?
Yeah, my
too.
knees got jealous, actually.
I know.
What does he bring? He allows you to stay in what you stayed in all year, which is your nickel base. It means he can cover the tight ends, he can cover the slot, wideouts, it does not matter. He gives you a versatile tackler. He can rush off the edge. He keeps this defense versatile. So if you don't have him, things change a little bit. I'm not saying that this team isn't better with him on the football field, but, you know, there are times where he's not on the field, and you got Dre Thomas out there, maybe Spoon. They can adjust. So you go out there, you try it out, you see how it feels, and then you respond accordingly.
How does this defense, on a related note, because of Emmanwori's usage, make things tricky on an opposing quarterback, and why would that matter for, like, a 23-year-old quarterback?
You know, we interviewed Kurt Warner on the huddle, and he said it perfectly. Offenses do things to make the defense react. If we come out in this, they have to adjust with this personnel, this alignment. With Nick Emmanwori out there, they can run anything out there. They can run 3 tight ends, and Nick stay out there. 2 tight ends, cool. 1 tight end, no tight ends. It don't matter. They can stay in their personnel because he's so versatile. He can do lots of things. So that's what he brings to the table. He allows this defense just to stay in what they're in and do what they do.
I'm assuming your confidence level is still about the same in terms of what the Seahawks can potentially do on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. I still expect them to win this ball game. Things can happen. I'm not putting anything past the Patriots, but if I were a betting man, I would still bet on the Seahawks, whether Emmanwori played or not. Does it put a little bit more pressure on the defense? Of course. You don't have your starter out there. You rotate a couple guys. I'm sure the Pats are going to be well coached. They're going to have a game plan. They're going to try to attack this defense, but I'm still confident in the Hawks.
Diving into a bit more of a preview here, I was listening to the Mina Kimes show featuring Lenny, and her and Benjamin Solak, who was just on with us the other day, were previewing the game. And one thing they were talking about are just the explosives that Seattle has basically limited, allowed against Matthew Stafford, but otherwise mostly limited. I think that Benjamin said that a third of the total explosive plays allowed were just to Matthew Stafford, which is insane. We've heard from a lot of Patriots folks, they like to get downfield. They like to get downfield. They can take the top off the defense. Tell me about that matchup. Is that possible for them to do against Seattle?
Yeah, it's always possible. You win a one-on-one matchup on the outside. Booty has gone deep before. Kyle Williams has a 72-yard touchdown. Drake May has, I think his biggest run is about 35, 40 yards. There's always a possibility to do that. But I feel as if you're never going to see, at least you're not going to see this week, performance like the Rams. Like, that's just something special, man. Yeah. And if you do, that means that something's horribly wrong. That means that the Patriots are doing some things that maybe the Hawks weren't prepared for. It means that there's some miscommunication going on there. I don't see it happening. An explosive or two, yeah, I can see that happening. This is the NFL. This is the Super Bowl. But that's the reason why I'm confident, is because they already handled the most explosive team in the game and beat them 2 times this year. So because they can do that, I expect an explosive or 2 from the Patriots, but not too many.
I like the way that Brian Baldinger explained it yesterday. We talked with him just kind of off to the side, and he said, well, that's 17 years. Like, that's the difference. Matthew Stafford looking at a defense where you're not quite sure, you know, what they're going to do when you're pre-snap. He's got almost 2 decades in the league. This is still – Drake May has been great this year. He has made it very clear he's the franchise quarterback for this team. They have all the faith in the world in him. This is year 2. There's a massive difference in experience, and I don't want to say people are overlooking it for this one, because by all accounts, everyone we've spoken to, the Seahawks are a heavy favorite. But I wonder to what extent Drake May's youth plays a factor in here. I feel like a lot of people are focused on, oh, Sam could turn the ball over, Sam could make a mistake, and it's like this guy was a rookie last year on the other side. There's so much that he's going to experience for the first time in this game.
Yeah, when you were talking about year 2 for Drake, and then year 18 or 17 for Stafford, I thought about driving on the freeway for my first time. It was kind of scary. Like, you know the rules.
I almost crashed.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
What? That's crazy.
You know the rules. You know what to do, but you're just not completely comfortable yet. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Sometimes you get too comfortable and you start doing some crazy things. But it's like doing anything for the first time, and you don't get the reps. Reps are so important. There's a reason why we see 28-year-old rookies in Major League Baseball, because you need those reps. It's so tough. So it does matter. But there are some rookies who just got it. There are some rookies who over-prepare, who are special. And Drake might be one of those guys. But when it's all said and done, he only has 1,000 snaps in this league.
Yep.
You know, Sam Darnold has more than him. But he is talented. He is well coached. Josh Daniels does a great job getting him prepared. But, yeah, you can look at it from that angle. But you got to treat this guy as if he's a Hall of Famer, right? You get after him, you show respect, and then once you got him, you stay on the gas.
I want to jump to talking about Seattle's defense, but before I do, I really do think it's important to clarify something. First of all, I'm hurt by the lack of hesitancy you had in believing that I nearly crashed when I first learned how to drive on the freeway. Were you right to believe it because it happened? Yeah, but you know how sometimes, and I don't know if this happens, you know, here in California, but in Seattle, like post-rain, sometimes the sun is out and you can't tell where the lanes are.
Yeah.
So I was just driving. I think I was like, the lane was in the middle of my car, and there weren't any other cars on the freeway.
Luxury lanes.
Yeah, there was like 3 other cars, so you weren't quite sure when someone was, and I almost hit someone else, and it just was enough for me, and that's why I don't change lanes.
That's why you stay to the far right.
I try to change lanes as little as possible.
Yeah, 2 hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
No distractions.
Why are you? That's safer.
You probably don't even play music.
Is it safer?
Not when I'm parking.
Is it safer, or do you ever find yourself missing the exit that you need to get off on? You're like, well,
oh, no.
Guess I'm not meant to get off right
Because
there.
that's the safe thing to do. No, that's the safe thing. So
right. Don't swerve over
what
like
I'm
10
saying.
lanes.
Yeah.
But also
that's
like
actually calm, cool, and collected.
think about where you're going to exit before you exit.
That's what I do.
And then say,
Bump
I need to
scene
get
it.
over these
Yeah.
lanes.
Yeah.
Do it gradually.
When I know that I'm going to eventually exit in, let's say, 20 minutes, I'll just stay in the right lane.
You know what's crazy about exits up here? When I first moved, they're so far apart. Like in Cali, there's an exit like every quarter mile, just off.
Yeah.
Here, you got a plan.
Yeah.
So I guess I get where you're coming from, but you've driven home 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So you know when you're going to get off.
Well, you can never be too careful. Okay, now I want to talk about Seattle's offense. Another thing I heard Mina say, and I remember making a mental note to ask you about it, she felt like one of the harder things to predict in this game was actually from Seattle's side, and it was what exactly the offense is going to look like or do or how they'd attack, because she felt like there was just a little more variance.
I don't think it's hard.
Really?
I think they're going to come out and try to run that dang ball. I think they figured out how to get Sam going and how to get this offense going. It has to be throwing the ball. That doesn't mean like the first play they don't come out and play action and throw that thing. I'm not talking about the first 5 plays you got to run the ball, but I think that the first series or 2, you got to establish it because that's when this football team is the best. Then after that, anything goes. If you do have the run established, you can open it up. You can influence the defense a bit more. But I'm confident in saying that first 2 series, you'll have more run than pass unless the Patriots go crazy and blitz like they have been the last couple games. Then Kubiak's going to be like, all right, you're dropping 4. Let's go get it.
What'd you say they were blitzing at? Like
41% and 43% last 2 games. Yeah.
Why do you think so much?
I think it was a quarterback situation as well.
Okay.
I think that C.J. Stroud was struggling. Let's make him prove it. I think that you're playing a backup in Stidham. Let's make him prove it. Because typically during the regular season, they weren't that. They didn't blitz that much. So how do they view Sam? Are they going to lump Sam in with Stidham and C.J. Stroud and say, go ahead and prove it? I don't think they are. But they're going to test him at some point.
What about those 2 defensive tackles, Barrymore, Milton Williams?
Yeah, those guys they're good. They're good. I think that that's where you test the right side of this line, too, with those guys. And with Chase on the outside and Landry as well. There's so many games you can play, so many twists that you can play with those guys. They're going to test them. I mean, you should expect to see everything. Ain't no more games after this. Like, this is here. Why wouldn't you throw everything in the kitchen sink at this offense if I were the Patriots?
Okay, so tell me the 2 battles that you think could decide this game. Benjamin Solak yesterday said that one of them would be JSN rather than just JSN against Gonzo. He said, no, it's this chess match. It's the game of chicken between Clint Kubiak, how they want to use JSN, and Kerr and Vrabel on the defensive side, how they want to try to defend it. That was one, maybe the biggest one that decides it. I'll stop there. Agree?
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the chess match about?
What is that chess match about? It's about finding ways to eliminate JSN and then finding ways to give him the football. So that's a simple form, right?
Right.
Now it's okay. How often does Gonzalez follow JSN? How often do we put him in the slot? Do we move JSN outside? Do we put him in motion? Do we put him in the backfield? Right? When JSN isn't getting the football at a high clip, Kubiak finds ways to give him the football. And the main thing was put him in the backfield and motion him out and put him in the slot and making his defense have to react a little bit. That's going to be the chess match. Is Gonzalez going to follow him? You know, like he typically does follow the number 1 receiver. At times, he'll do it for like a quarter, then sometimes it'll disappear. So I think that's what it's going to be. And from the offensive side, we're going to line up in this down and distance. This is what we think they're going to do. Are they going to be true to it? And then you keep testing it, you keep testing it. And then by maybe halftime, the third quarter, you kind of got some tendencies going, and hopefully you create some more explosive plays.
The other matchup was those defensive tackles, those great defensive tackles they have against Anthony Bradford, Sundell, whatever. Is there another matchup we're not discussing here where you're like, I'm telling you this could decide the game?
No, I think that's it, honestly. I mean, I think it's that whole defensive line, but especially on that right side. I pointed out yesterday just the stunts that they run with Chason and Landry. I think it's that whole offensive line because I honestly feel like they think that they can confuse and overwhelm the offensive line.
The Patriots think they can do that to Seattle?
They've done it before. I mean, this offensive line has looked overwhelmed and confused at times. And they're going to lose some battles, man. Like, Sam might get sacked once or twice. You know, the right side might get confused once or twice. But it's consistency. And consistency doesn't mean you're blocking it beautifully every single time. It means, all right, 7 out of 10, we're good.
Yeah. Someone said, how does a Pats line, I assume
stack up against the Rams line.
Stack up against the Rams line,
yeah.
Assuming they mean Pats defensive line? Stack up against the Rams defensive line?
Yeah, just compare the two essentially.
Okay.
I would say that the Rams defensive line is more explosive, youthful, and violent. I would say the Patriots defensive line is a bit more stout and consistent. I would take, if I were a defensive coordinator, I would take that younger, explosive defensive line for sure. But it's just a different kind of matchup, man. It's like youth versus maturity.
Yeah.
And the Patriots are mature, and the Rams got the youth.
I just keep, every time I hear the youth thing, I keep thinking about Nick Emmanwori saying, I'm good, very young.
Very young, healthy.
Matt, can I hear that again? It's cut 3. It's going to be cut 3. It's Nick Emmanwori talking about how he's expected to play on Sunday.
Yeah, I expect to play on Sunday. Feel good. Training staff got a good plan for me. Everything good, and just making sure I'm just rehabbing good. So yeah, super relief. Doc told me I'm gonna be good. Just super young, healthy. Yeah, I'll be good. I'll be good to go.
Honestly, the audacity, I'm offended.
I'm just jealous.
That's what I am. It's like I at first you're like, oh wow, what a great update, and then you're kind of sitting with it, and you're like, man, I missed that time. He said super good. Even with a banged up ankle, I could still run faster and jump higher than everyone listening.
Still dunk right now if I needed to.
Yeah, exactly.
Backflip, what do you need?
Dang, wow. I can't legally rent a car. Nick, we get it. God, that was the latest from Nick Emmanwori, by the way. We're going to be joined here in just one moment by NFL Network's Jeffri, Chadiha. By the way, gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoff gear and custom Simply Seattle original designs. You can shop in-store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com. We had a great interview before we were joined by Jeffri. I may interrupt us. From Louis Riddick earlier in the huddle. I hated that I had to cut it off because you guys, you football geeks, I couldn't even hear what you guys were discussing after, but he had so many good things to say about Schneider.
Man, Louis Riddick is the man.
Knows ball.
He knows ball.
Certified.
He understands personnel. He described John Schneider's approach beautifully. It's more than just picking the right guys. It's picking the right guys for you, developing them, and understanding what's going on across the league, right? There's a lot that goes to it, lots of layers, and he pointed that out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. He should be a GM. We are joined right now by NFL Network's Jeffri, Chadiha, kind enough to join us live at Radio Row. Jeffri, how many Super Bowls have you been to?
Oh, wow. You hit me with the hard stuff.
Well, I've never been. This is crazy.
This is your first one?
So how does this compare?
Oh, man. Well, I've been, I think, 26 now.
Oh, my God.
So this isn't too bad. You know what's changed now with Radio Row is that there's more handlers. Like big teams of people coming in. It used to be you just saw like the guys come around, do their interviews, the players, coaches, whoever. Now it's just like you see people and they got like 50 people behind them.
Team.
Look for the mob. Yeah. Exactly. They got a show for the show.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited for this one. And a lot of people some people are saying, oh, this isn't a fun Super Bowl. And I'm like, what you talking about, man? You got a great defense on one side. You got maybe one of the next great quarterbacks on one side. Vrabel's there for a year. Mike Macdonald's there for 2 years. There's so many angles that you can look at this thing. What's your favorite angle to look at it?
Well, Sam Darnold's my favorite angle because I love those kind of stories, those quarterbacks who go through the ringer. We're so quick to throw guys in the trash and bury them like 2 years in, 3 years in.
Yeah.
This guy sucks. And so for him to be where he's at and to do what he's doing and the way he carries himself, like I got to be around him a little bit in Minnesota last year, and I was really impressed by his energy. I'm sure you guys see it a lot every day there in Seattle. Yeah. And just the way he carries himself, the way he's handled his success, he could be up there talking about nobody believed in me and screw all this or whatever. He just takes it all in stride. And so there's a little bit of Kurt Warner in there, a little bit of that kind of vibe. And so if he wins it all, like I'll be a happy guy.
What's funny is his approach. I was telling Stacy the other day, I go, could you imagine if Gino was here? Gino would be on that podium and be like, I told y'all.
Yeah.
And then Sam just is the complete opposite. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And you know what? Credit to him.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at him, but a different approach.
Very different approach.
Yeah.
I want to stick with Sam Darnold, though. I'm really glad you mentioned, like, that angle and specifically just people writing him off because I think that the conversation falls flat or becomes really flat if it's just, oh, Sam Darnold can prove that he's actually top 5. Is he top 5? Is he not? And it's like, no. I personally think, Jeffrey, curious if you knew, that the cooler part of the conversation and the more interesting one is, what does it show us about how we evaluate quarterbacks and about how we build teams? Like, that, to me, is the more interesting angle about Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and I think if he wins this game, it also will open up that conversation about roster building, about middle-class quarterbacks. And I've had a number of GMs tell me this, and I know that for decades it's been, go find your great quarterback, your Patrick Mahomes, your Josh Allen, you got your 10, 15 years to try to win a championship. And I hear more and more about it's about windows now. It's about 2, 3, 4 year periods, and what can you do with the right roster and the right quarterback. And so Jalen Hurts started it off last year, I think, with that conversation, but Sam Darnold winning it would extend that conversation, would make it more valid, because now you're looking at a team, again, great roster, really good quarterback. You don't have to go out and win the lottery and get the Patrick Mahomes to win it all. And I think that's a narrative that's always driven me crazy, because people just act like if you got that guy, no one else has a chance. Yeah.
All right, so let's say the Pats win. What does that say? It just reinforces kind of what you just talked about, right? Because Drake May coming in was highly touted, and they found their quarterback, it looks like. You don't have a lot of – I mean, you got Diggs over there, who isn't the Diggs of the past, but there's a name over there. He's not surrounded by a bunch of real – elite talent over there, but he's getting it done. What does it say if the Patriots get it done?
Well, to me, it's more about the quarterback and the coach combination there, because I like Drake May a lot, and he's had a great year, but he's not an elite quarterback yet. I don't think winning this would make him elite. If anything, I think him playing well in this game would really be an interesting facet of it, because he hadn't played well in the postseason yet, right? I was just talking to somebody else about this, and they were all talking about picking upsets, and the last time this game was so one-sided as far as teams picking one team, it was the Bucs and the Chiefs. And I said, well, I'm only picking an upset if the quarterback's playing really well in the postseason. I got to see that happen first. So to me, Drake May not playing well and them being here tells you how good a job Mike Vrabel's done with the team around him and the way they coach him. It's really impressive when he has tough moments, and he's been sacked 15 times and fumbled and turned the ball over 5 times. But they find a way to play around that and to settle him down and get him back into a place where he can make plays for you. That's the coach and the quarterback working together, and I think that's what I see with New England.
I loved what you said about windows. I wrote it down. It's not about finding the best quarterback. It's about windows now. I'd say Seattle's window pretty open. What do you see?
Yeah, they got to feel pretty good about that, because when you're the best team in the league and you're playing in probably the toughest division right now with the Rams and the Niners, what they look like, you got to feel pretty good about it, because your quarterback is still fairly manageable in terms of finances. Salary cap's going up, and your GM's been knocking out of the park. One of the most underrated parts about Seattle's success is what John Schneider has done in the last 12 months. And you talk about trading DK Metcalf, letting go of Tyler Lockett, trading Geno, and then you're getting Cooper Kupp, who's beat up. You know, he didn't look like he had much left in him. Ernest Jones, DeMarcus Lawrence, Leonard Williams, all these people that come in here and make a difference. Like, that tells you, like, your GM, Rashid Shaheed too, is killing it.
Yeah.
And so, to me, it's an old coach told me a long time ago, when you win a championship, everyone in your organization has a great year, not just the quarterback or the coach or whoever else. Everybody's got to have a great year, and so I think John Schneider, he's in a good situation to keep this thing rolling.
Is NFL Network's Jeffri Chadiha. We've had you on the show before. You're always so wonderful. I wish we had 10 more minutes because I love this conversation. We are going to let you go. I'm sure you're very busy. Thank you again for joining us.
Hey,
we really appreciate it.
Great seeing you guys in person.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very
Faces
cool.
and names. Okay,
of
love it.
course. ESPN Radio's Michelle Smallmon joins us next on your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, Seattle Sports, and the Seattle Sports app.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m., Bump and Stacy 10 to 2, Wyman and Bob 2 to 6, with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Trust is everything. Earning it takes years. Losing it takes 5 seconds.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Seattle thrives on innovation, and so can you with a bachelor's, master's, or certificate program from WGU's School of Business. Get your business education online on your schedule with personalized support every step of the way. Our accredited programs are built with input from industry experts and respected by employers nationwide. Are you ready to move your career forward at the speed of business? Learn more at wgu.edu.
Do you have plans for the big game Sunday? You're looking to watch it with a bunch of fans as pumped as you are? Silver Reef Casino Resort is hosting the watch party of all watch parties this Sunday. They reserved their giant event center. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a party. And if it wasn't for the Super Bowl, man, I'd be there right now, but I'm in the Bay. There's going to be tailgate, food, and vibes. Free entry. Seating is limited, so make sure you get there early. You got to be 21 to attend this thing. How about after the game? I know everyone's looking forward to having a long holiday weekend to unwind. No better place to do it than Silver Reef. They got deluxe rooms, a full spa, enough restaurants to try something new every meal of the weekend. Even get a quick 9 a.m. Goes to the driving range at Loomis Trails Golf Course if the weather allows it. Silver Reef Casino Resort. Head north on 5 until you get to exit 260. I love it there. If you're missing out, if you've never been, if you've been there, then you get your butt back this weekend. Book your stay at silverreefcasino.com.
It's the Big Game Watch Party at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center, Sunday, February 8th. Catch every heart-pounding moment on 3 4K TVs, including our 40-foot massive screen. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss the Big Game Watch Party, February 8th, hosted by Seattle legends Lofa Tutupu at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and older, need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoffs gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in-store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the game, Seattle Sports.
You can hear her host on Sportsmanlike. It's ESPN Radio, Michelle Smallmon joining us right now live from Radio Row. I will let listeners know, because I know that they were asking if we can get a Brendan Donovan question at the very end.
Fine, if we must. If we must.
I know, and I told Michelle during the break that you being heartbroken at the request is probably good news for Seattle.
It is. You're going to love him.
I can already tell. I'm going to start, though, with the Super Bowl.
Let's do it.
I keep hearing from everyone, Seattle has 10 ways to win this thing, and the Patriots. And it's, I know you're sick of hearing this, but it's making me nervous when people kind of have that feeling. Yeah. But obviously as like maybe a removed person, a national voice, St. Louis native, now Packers fan.
Yes, thank you.
Do you see it that way, where you're like, I just feel pretty confident that the Seahawks can win this?
I do.
Okay.
And I don't want to make you any more nervous than you already are.
Okay, well, good. Thank you.
She's shook.
Yeah.
I can tell. I can
Really
feel it. It's
upset.
palpable.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be. You
Okay.
should just go into this, have fun, be like, hey, my team is here. At the beginning of the season, did you think the Sam Darnold-led Seattle Seahawks would be in the Super Bowl?
No.
So enjoy it.
Yeah.
Have fun. You're here. We talk about it on Sportsmanlike all the time. We think the Seahawks might be the most underrated franchise in the NFL because you've been here now across different iterations of this team. We talk about the Patriots. We talk about the Steelers. We talk about the Chiefs, of course. All of these teams that have been in the mix for a long time in the NFL, the Seahawks are right back there. So enjoy this because you didn't expect it. But in addition to on Sportsmanlike, which has been on live 3 to 7 a.m. here on the West Coast. Brutal hours, but we're having fun. I also was lucky enough to do a bunch of digital shows with Matt Sims, former NFL quarterback, and Ben Solak, one of our national NFL writers. We actually wrapped up our last one before I came over here. And the last one we did was we looked at these two teams and we went position group by position group and decided which team had the edge, the Seahawks or the Patriots. We said, no disrespect, from a coaching perspective, we gave the edge to the Patriots.
Sure.
Almost every other position group, Seahawks by a landslide. I just think top to bottom, they're the most complete team. I think the way that they've played in these playoffs is more impressive to me than what we've seen from the Seahawks, or the Patriots, excuse me. And I know they ran through a gauntlet of formidable defenses, but they've got another one, a tougher one, and historic one in the Seahawks defense. And Drake May, MVP caliber during the regular season, not so much in the playoffs. And I know he says that shoulder's not a problem. He's turned a corner. He's a full participant. He's throwing the ball. But this Seahawks defense, as you guys know better than anybody, is so punishing. If they get some hard hits on him in the beginning, disrupt the second-year quarterback early in this game, I think it could be a blowout. I'm hoping it's not, because I want a compelling game, but I picked the Seahawks.
First, I want to say 3 to 7 is perfect for me. I work out at 5, so I listen to you guys in the morning before
Awesome.
I get to work. So
Well, thanks for hanging with us.
Great. Love the show. But when it comes to this Patriots defense, I feel like they're underrated. I've been convincing myself. I tell Stacy what I do every week is I watch film. I feel super confident about the Seahawks. Then I find a matchup, and then I find a stunt. And I find things to make me want to, I guess, put pressure on the Seahawks. What is it about this Patriots defense that you think could give the Seahawks a problem?
Well, I want to ask you, because you're the one that obviously, here's the thing that's really cool about doing interviews like this, because we have the national perspective. We're, of course, watching the games. We're talking to our analysts. We're going through the matchups. But you guys know your team better than anybody. So I look at JSN and how unbelievable he is. But what do you think about that matchup potentially with Christian Gonzalez?
I think that
that's the one I'm looking at.
Yeah, and most people are, right,
Yep.
as they should. I think Christian Gonzalez is a physical type of corner. Doesn't lack skill, but he's about 6'1", 205, 15 pounds. And Jason is the smooth type of guy. If I am Gonzalez, I'm going to try to disrupt him around 4 to 5 yards. I want to jack up his route routine and jack up that visually for Sam Darnold. Because once quarterbacks see that, you know, the rhythm is off, they're going to check somewhere else. So Jason has to be elusive. I see him winning that matchup. I don't see Gonzalez following him everywhere. I still see Jason getting it done.
That's the thing is I do too. Even all the respect in the world to the Patriots team, you're right. Even though people give them credit, I think they still do underrate them slightly. We know Christian Gonzalez is a great player. I just think JSN is a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter who you're going to put on him. I think he's going to have the edge.
I agree.
So again, I'm sorry to make you more nervous.
No, I feel a little bit better. But I do want to follow up on what you said as part of your answer. You said that you guys settled on the Seahawks being maybe the most underrated franchise.
Yes.
And at first I was thinking just team. And then I was like, no, Michelle's right. Like over different eras, just overlooked. Why?
Well, because they have done it over different eras. This is not Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. We're talking about a completely new cast of characters. We're talking about an organization that got it right when it came to the head coaching hire in Mike Macdonald. We're talking about a guy in Mike Macdonald who had success in year one and said, that's not good enough. We need to make changes on the offensive side of the ball. We need to go in a different direction. We need to put our foot on the gas, and that takes a lot of guts to do that. And you bring in Sam Darnold, who the Minnesota Vikings passed on after he came in there and won 14 games. They said, we're good, we're going to roll with J.J. McCarthy. And they said, no, we identified talent in him. We believe in him. And look where you guys are. And I just think that the Rams, given the fact that they've won and been in Super Bowls recently, get a lot of shine. I think the 49ers with Kyle Shanahan and the fact that they were in a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, they get talked about a lot. The Seahawks have quietly been on this up climb, and here they are. So I just don't think that they get the love that they deserve from an organizational standpoint.
The AFC was just weird this year.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Buffalo Bills, and I told Stacy, I'm like, Josh got to get it done this year. Even though he didn't have a lot of help around him, he felt like, all right, he has to get it done this year. What do you think his future is? You got a new coach over there. Guys have been promoted. I'm worried about him. I felt like with Lamar being healthy, with Patrick coming back, it's going to be that much harder next year, obviously.
Okay, I'm so glad we're talking about this. This feels like a trust tree moment here because I love Josh Allen. Reigning MVP until tonight. He is a very, very special football player. But I am worried about the state of affairs in Buffalo. I think about the fact that he didn't have Mahomes in his way. He didn't have Lamar in his way. He didn't have Joe Burrow in his way. And he was a huge reason why they lost that game.
Yeah.
Those turnovers, obviously very critical. And I wonder what mental toll that takes on somebody. And we talk about the Seahawks being an underrated franchise. Think about the pressure you feel in Buffalo, going to 4 Super Bowls and losing them all. And now you have the reigning MVP in Josh Allen. You have this window to win. And not only do you not get it done in a year in which you could, but the Patriots are back on top.
Right.
The Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. The people who made your life miserable for 2 decades are back with a head coach, quarterback, and maybe most importantly, offensive coordinator combo. Because Josh McDaniels is likely not going to be a head coach again.
Nah.
I say, I don't know, the NFL is tricky like that. When you are able to have success with a quarterback, maybe somebody will roll the dice on him again. But maybe he doesn't want to leave and try it again. So to think that you're going to have continuity and stability at 3 really, really critical positions in New England for many, many years to come, that has to scare the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
And I know that they love Joe Brady. Joe Brady has obviously unlocked something very important in Josh Allen. But I do wonder if that may be detrimental to him. I do wonder if maybe they should have brought in somebody who isn't so close with him, somebody from the outside to push him in a different way. But we'll see. Joe Brady could be awesome. Joe Brady could be the head coach that gets them to and wins the Super Bowl. But I was a little surprised that they didn't go more like a Mike McCarthy win now route.
Okay, now I want to get to Brandon Donovan.
Okay,
So,
let's go.
here's the thing. So last year when the Mariners had a midseason acquisition of Naylor, we would all joke, like, I've never seen anyone so quickly embraced here in Seattle. It was like fan favorite 2 weeks after getting here. Are we in store for another version of that with Brendan?
I would say buckle up because you're going to love this guy. I think you're going to love him right away. When I think of St. Louis Cardinals baseball, I think about guys like Brendan Donovan. Of course, people are going to think about Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina and the Adam Wainwrights and Chris Carpenters of the world of star power. But the reason the Cardinals were able to be contenders for so long is because of guys like Brendan Donovan, a guy who is so sharp and versatile defensively, a guy who is disciplined at the plate, a guy who works on his craft. He is the ultimate team player. He's so gritty. I hate that word, but it really is who he is. And I just think he's going to fit in with your squad so well and be a great addition. And I'm so bummed out that the Cardinals moved on from him. I don't even recognize my franchise anymore, I have to tell you. I was cheering for the Mariners last year. I love your team. I really wanted them to take it home. But if he has to go somewhere, I'm glad he's going to a place where he can contend.
Well, we appreciate you giving us your blessing.
Yeah.
Because
You're
we're
welcome
excited
to come
about
to
it.
games. We'll host you.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I've never been to a Mariners game.
We would love to have you
That's
out.
great.
Here.
Oh my gosh,
if you're
we'll
in
have to make
Seattle
that
for the
happen.
summer, yeah,
Let's
please
do it.
It's beautiful here in the summer too.
I would love
So,
it. I've only been there
absolutely.
once, and it was many, many years ago. I went to a Seahawks-Rams, St. Louis Rams game in like 2012, so I'm due.
You gotta get back out.
I'm due.
Absolutely. She is ESPN Radio's Michelle Smallmon, kind enough to join us at Radio Row. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming up next, Hype Train.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Rabel on the call. Sunday at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Hi, this is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. Here at Big Trees, we are honored to have performed work for our local professional sports teams, local colleges, numerous commercial sites, and dozens of cities, including Seattle, Tacoma, and Bellevue. While we certainly serve homeowners, Big Trees helps business owners too. Reach out to the experts at bigtreesupply.com.
Dave Wyman here, joined by Dr. Landis from Swedish Cyberknife to talk about prostate cancer treatments. Dr. Landis, how does Cyberknife compare to surgery?
Patients who have surgery often do have to be hospitalized for a few days and have to take time off of work. They can have a catheter, they have a wound that's healing, whereas with Cyberknife, patients often don't have to take a break from work at all.
And Cyberknife is an outpatient, non-invasive treatment?
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days total, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. What do patients say after treatment?
They tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish CyberKnife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
I'm Chris Davis, former King County prosecutor and founder of the Davis Law Group in Seattle. If you've been injured in a crash caused by impaired or drunk drivers, there are special considerations that need to be taken to protect your legal rights. Davis Law Group's team of investigators and lawyers know how to properly investigate DUI crashes and identify all parties who might be legally responsible for your injuries and damages. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 or get my free book at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
And the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
Home of the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the game, Seattle Sports.
All right. We are going to have Hall of Famer Devin Hester joining us in about 15 minutes. And before I forget to tell you guys, Washington's biggest night out for sports is almost here. The 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards. The star-studded event brings together athletes and icons behind our favorite teams and unforgettable moments. So be part of history and cast your vote for the men's and women's sports stars of 2025, representing the best of Washington sports. You can also vote for Sports Story of the Year. Voting open now through February 14th. Head to seattlesports.org and make your voice heard. Winners will be announced live at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft on Friday, March 13th, so don't miss out. Vote now and be part of the celebration. Let's head to the station for Hype Train. Okay, the first one's a little bit dark, but I'm doing it for a reason. Nick Emmanwori, as we all know, turned his ankle. It looked pretty bad for a minute there, limping back into the hotel, being comforted by teammates. But it would appear that everything was okay. Mike Macdonald, speaking with reporters earlier today, saying he is confident that Nick Emmanwori will play. Nick plays the entire Super Bowl, is your Hype Train. Like I said, it's a little dark.
It is dark, and I'm not going to put anything bad towards Nick Emmanwori's way.
You.
All right, the universe gives back what you put out. So I'm putting out good vibes to my guy Nick. He's going to play the whole game. He's going to make about 4 big plays, and number 3, he's going to do his thing.
there was an opportunity there to rhyme something with 3, but I'll let it sit because I don't know what it would have been. Yes, I think that he's going to play the entire Super Bowl, and I'm with you for the same reason. Why on God's green earth, ahead of Super Bowl 60, would I put out there that he's not going to play the whole Super Bowl?
Nah, I ain't doing that.
Genuinely, I think it's a great news and a great sign that the team put him out there to talk to reporters. I know that most people don't care about the ins and outs of media stuff, but usually injured players or players that aren't going to play do not talk at all to reporters that week. Next up. Seahawks heavy favorites in this one. Now, when we got into Santa Clara, it was like 4.5, 5 points.
Yeah.
But some of the predictions we're hearing from people, double digits, blowout, 20 points. The Seahawks win by double digits.
Oh, man, you know what? I want to believe that. I'm going to believe that. Yes, I'm going to say 10 points. They win by double digits. I'm on this train. I feel like it's going to be close for a little bit, and then adjustments will be made, and Sam will prevail. He'll step his game up to another level. The run game's going to look good. The defense is going to be swarming. And, yeah, they're going to win by 10 points, double digits.
Now, on paper, I agree. Michelle Smallmon just joined us and made the case for, like, hey, don't be nervous. We all think that this is going to be potentially a blowout here. I also think these are 2 very good defenses. And in a low-scoring game, that feels like a 1-score game. So I wonder if we're looking at a 17-13, if we're looking at a 17-10. God forbid anyone be, like, under 10 points entering the half or certainly wrapping up the game. I think they win by a score, just a healthy touchdown win. 3-point win. Hopefully it's more than that. I really hope it is.
Yeah.
But I'm hedging my bets here. So I am not boarding that train. Next up. Bump, you said that you would start the game leaning into the run.
Yeah.
Does that find the end zone? First touchdown of the game for either team goes to Ken Walker.
Kenneth Walker III is really stepping his game up. He understands the rhythm of the run game right now, how to press the gap, when to bounce him, when to get north and south. And I said coming out, Kubiak's going to make it a staple in this game. He's going to run that football. They're going to get inside the 5. There's going to be no Halani. Charbonnet is watching at the house. Oh, no, he's probably here. Probably in the press box somewhere. K9 first touchdown. I'm on that train. Sound the horn. I'm on that train, Matthew.
Matt, are you on that train too? No.
I don't know what the question was.
That's fair. Matt's got a lot to work on
reading
over
a
there.
book right now.
He's got a lot to work on over there.
I literally had to move a pile of 10 sticky notes of things I have to do just to turn my microphone on.
Okay, well, I'm letting you know I am going to ask you about the last one, but it'll be a fun one. Let's see, first touchdown of the game. I already said it would go to A.J. Barner, I think a while ago. I think I did, and I can't back out. I have to be consistent here, so no. Not boarding this train, not because I don't think Ken Walker can and will find the end zone, but because I'm calling an A.J. Barner touchdown on the opening drive for Seattle here. I don't know why. I have no reason to do that, but there we go. Next up. The Seahawks defense finished the regular season as the top scoring defense in football.
Okay.
That trend continues. They hold the Patriots to under 17 points.
Man, they're not scoring a lot of points this postseason. They're not scoring a lot of points, but I'm going to say the weather has something to do with that. Under 17, man. You know that Drake May is capable of changing the game with one throw, with one run. They can push the ball deep, but you know what? All positive vibes. Yeah, they're holding them under 17. I'm on that train.
Wow, you know what?
Baby, let's go.
I'm boarding this one as well. I did say I thought it could be a low-scoring affair, defense-focused. Even if the Seahawks win by a score, I think they can definitely hold the Pats to under 17. Next and last type train. I can't wait for Sunday for a lot of reasons. To watch the Seahawks back in the Super Bowl, to wear sweats for 24 hours. But mostly I'm excited for wings. I don't let myself eat a lot of really bad food, and I might order wings at like 10 a.m. Like, that might be something I just have to do. Wings are the best Super Bowl food is your final hype train.
Nope, pizza. I'm not on that train, man. Pizza.
You just had wings.
Pizza, I know, but if they had pizza here,
exactly. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much, Matt.
Isn't an opinion-based segment.
No,
you don't get to tell me what's right and what's wrong.
It is opinion-based, except for that opinion, which is stupid.
It's the bad.
Matt, you go back to plucking your toenails or
Plucking your toenails.
Whatever the heck
toenails?
you do. Yeah, clipping them, I should say. My bad. Clipping your toenails and drinking tea.
Matt,
okay?
wings are the best Super Bowl food. Are you boarding?
It is so incredibly rare for me to agree with Stacy on a food take, but I am so on this train.
Rude.
What a wonderful, good take. Anyone who disagrees is just wrong. Sorry. Why don't
Curtis,
you go
I know
pluck your toenails?
I will.
He got
and
you.
I will.
He got you with that one. Bump and Curtis are on, not Bump and Curtis. Bump and Matt are on opposite sides of the best Super Bowl food debate. Now, my hype train was that it's wings. Bump says, no, it's pizza. It's obviously pizza. Matt.
It's obviously pizza, exactly.
Matt said that's the incorrect answer.
You just said it's obviously pizza.
So before this week, I would have been 10 toes down on Team Wings. I have had, I want to say, close to like 20 wings because we're right next to the Bounty Paper Towel set, and they're handing out free wings every day. I'm starting to get sick of wings.
But you don't think you get sick of
But
pizza.
that's my own fault, and I don't think I'd get sick of pizza because there's more varieties of pizza than there are of wings. So I am not boarding the train that wings are the best.
But you need to add the context of it being the Super Bowl. You need to add. Okay, no, listen. I would never get sick of pizza. Pizza's probably my favorite food next to French fries.
Okay.
But wings, I think wings, I might only eat them during the Super Bowl. They're Super Bowl to me. It's like having like turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing on Thanksgiving. Stuffing isn't the best thing on the planet, but it is by far the best side dish on Thanksgiving. Wings are it for the Super Bowl.
I'm Team Pizza.
Do you know we live in the United States of America where you can speak your mind and have your own opinion. So you and Matthew shaming us for liking pizza is so un-American.
Oh my God.
And if you don't like it here,
why don't you have pizza somewhere else?
Hall of Famer Devin Hester joins us next on your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN.
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
We live here in Washington. I travel all over the state for work.
Affordable short-term rentals help us stay together and make Hazel feel at home.
Now Olympia is considering a huge tax increase on short-term rentals,
pricing us and other families out, since more than half of short-term rentals here are used by Washingtonians.
Costs on everything are going up.
Please tell legislators not to make our trips more expensive too.
Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive. Host PAC.
Hey, it's February, and we're a month into those fitness goals and resolutions. And are you already tired of the crowded gyms and sweaty machines? Maybe you're ready to upgrade your fitness equipment in your own home. Well, I got the place and some deals for you. Hey, Brock Ewart here with my friends at Top Fitness. Right now, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire Stairmaster, and much more. It's trade-in days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get in the best shape of your life. Top Fitness has the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state of Washington, and their staff will truly show you why. It's no secret that everybody, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stores. Top Fitness has locations at Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. And remember, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit today. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
The Anime Washington and the Washington State Gaming Expo Super Convention is almost here. We have assembled a massive celebrity guest lineup on February 6th through the 8th in Puyallup. Meet the voices behind Final Fantasy, Naruto, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, One Piece, Spider-Man, Dragon Ball, Baldur's Gate, and so many more. Shop at hundreds of vendors, makers, and artists. Compete in the Tetris Regionals, Catan, Uno Elite, Smash, Tekken, Mario Kart, and so much more. Join us February 6th through the 8th at Washington State Fair and Event Center. Tickets on sale at animewa.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
3 more days until Super Bowl 60.
And this is the only place you'll hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Good news on Seahawks safety Nick Emmanwori. Mike Macdonald spoke with reporters earlier today and said that he's confident the rookie will play Sunday. This after an ankle injury suffered in practice threw his game status into doubt.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60 in San Francisco. Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Rost.
Joining us right now, Hall of Famer Devin, Hester. Devin, I still remember watching your return in the Super Bowl, which is, I'm sure, what so many people always start with. But it was just a memory that I have ingrained in my brain. How important is it in those moments, the biggest game of the year, to strike first and early?
Changing the momentum. You earn the momentum off the start. I can recall that game after we took the kickoff to the house. We came back and got a pick. So it's just the energy that you bring to the table. You know, it gives everybody excitement and gives everybody hope that we got a chance, especially when you start off like that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to take you way back, man. First time I saw you play, I've been trying to chase you since. You played in the Cali-Florida Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
And I played in the Cali-Florida Bowl 2 years after that. I remember y'all was just killing. I mean, these Florida boys are just different. I remember we played in the Cali-Florida Bowl. First I saw you and I go, all right, that's the dude I'm chasing. And then we're in the hotel. And we get out the elevator, and the doors open, and the Florida boys, they look like grown men. I'm like, this is who we're playing? And then I went down to Florida and trained, and I'm from Cali. And I tell people all the time, Florida has the best football players, but there's something in the water. I don't know what it is about Florida boys. What is it about Florida boys in football?
I think it's the grit. I mean, if you look at Florida Youth League football, it's so rough and so hard. You know what I mean? Compared to going up north, everything is friendly. The field is nice.
Right.
The flowers are colorful. The trees is blowing. The weather is nice. To the point where you come back down to Florida, the field is all dirt. You know what I mean? It's hot, sticky. You know what I mean? It's just that grit that we get at a younger age.
Best thing I ever did was go to Florida and train, for
Most
real.
definitely.
Best thing I ever did.
Get great training out there.
Yep,
Hot.
so.
Maybe not the same grit in L.A.
I mean, it's different kind of grit.
Yeah,
different kind of grit. They chasing rabbits and stuff, man. It's just different. I'm telling you, it's different.
Is that's the first time I heard that? Who were we talking to? The chasing rabbits thing?
Yeah.
I've never heard this before.
You never heard that before?
Never, ever.
You got to be from Florida to know that.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah,
wait, what is it?
It's a down south thing. So pretty much in Belgrade and Pahokee is considered West Palm. That's where I'm from. Okay. It's out west. And so it's kind of like cane fields, right?
Okay.
And when you have cane field, you have a lot of muck, right? So it's almost the difference between running on beach sand and muck. Muck is a little thicker. And so we chase rabbits for a hobby. And imagine chasing a fast rabbit in muck. Mm-hmm. And so we chased rabbit for a hobby, and then I didn't eat rabbit, but a lot of family ate rabbit. So you kill a rabbit, that's $15, $20 right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we chase for a hobby, but we chase it to make money.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about special teams in particular. Obviously, we have a lot to be able to cover for the Seahawks team, but we've been focusing on special teams more than any Seahawks team I can remember. Mm-hmm. It's just pivotal with Shahid and what he's doing and being so special. What do you see from him?
This is a when you look at the NFL and you always try to figure out me personally, and then special team gurus, returners who are good this year. You know what I mean? And he just sticks off the board, as well as the Patriots returner. Yeah. And I think these two guys are in a situation where they play a national Super Bowl. You always want to try to prove a point that you're better than another one. So whenever I played against a good returner, my mindset was whatever he did, I had to do better. I couldn't lead this game with this guy. We have a question of who's the best returner, and then he have a better game than me. So you got two great returners right now that's playing in this game. And I'm pretty sure in the back of their mind they know that. And it's right now, I'm going to do better than this guy. So I can see a great return, a big return this week. I don't know if it's going to go for a touchdown, but it's going to be a big one.
And it changes the game, big return. Momentum, field position,
right.
all that stuff. And I remember, obviously, watching you, Dante Hall, coming up, Deion Sanders as well. Who did you watch growing up in the return game?
I love Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was a guy that I just analyzed. He's my mentor. I don't know if you guys know it. He texts me every day. And we've been like this since, I would say, like my second year in college. And so I idolized him, and I always looked up to him. And then he just became a role model and a bigger brother to me.
You mentioned kind of going into a game and you're in a battle with the returner on the other side. Is there any specific battle you remember where it's a game and you're like, man, we were going blow for blow here?
At the time, me and Pac-Man, he just was just so outspoken and just to this day he's very outspoken towards me, and I wish I could get on an interview with him one-on-one, face-to-face, where he's not behind cameras I'm not around it. And so Pac-Man, I remember we played against the Cincinnati Bengals, and Pac-Man had said some things early in that weekend. So pre-game warm-up, I went out there and addressed it to him. And like, yo, you feel like you're a better returner than me. Let's see today. And to this day, he owed me money.
I love that. I love that.
For real.
Do you like the new kick return?
I love it, man. I love it.
What do you like about it?
It's a punt return.
Yeah.
Me as a returner, when I look at it, it's a punt return. You know what I mean? And it's one wall, one phase, one line. You break that one phase, that one line, it counts as Christmas. And for me, as the type of runner I am, the type of style I got, you just got to find one hole.
Yep.
And I get so frustrated with returners now when I watch it, because it's like, it's so many gaps. It's so many gaps, man. They changed the rule when I was playing, right? Because of me, right? They changed the kickoff rule because of me, because I was getting too many returns, and we were just killing guys with the wedge. And so this rule with me playing would have got changed again. And I'm just being honest.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
I'm being honest.
Can I ask a dumb question? If someone was a superstar like you and doing these things that me as a fan, I remember watching and loving, why would you try to take it out of the game?
Because it got so easy. And it was things that were getting done in return game that had never been done before. Like, you talking about if a returner had 2 or 3 returns, that was a great season.
Yeah.
An awesome season. The first year in the league, I had like 7. And then the following year, I beat that. Right? So I was on pace. If you say for 2 years, I averaged 14 returns in 2 years. Imagine how many I would have had in 11 years. It would have just been outsane. And so, like, they started kicking that. Like, after my beginning of my second year, they started just putting the ball out of bounds. You know, and there wasn't no penalty for it. It just was boos in the stands. Like, you know, we just booed them. You know what I mean? And then they started kicking the ball deep out the end zone. And then kickers was getting fired because they didn't have a strong leg playing against me. So if you didn't have a strong leg, your kicker probably was going to get cut the week you played us if you couldn't get it out the end zone. And so from that point on, it was just no way of me getting the ball. And it kind of hurt us, you know what I mean? But now they put in a rule where you got to kick it to the guy now. So
literally changed the game. I remember just the wedge. You got a big old 72 down there, 77. I felt bad for that R5 or whoever had to try to blow that thing up.
Most definitely.
You were in Seattle for a little bit. What do you remember about Seattle?
I to be honest, man, I wish when I left Chicago I would have played my last years because I went to Atlanta for 2 years, Baltimore for 1 year, and then finished up with Seattle. I wish I would have. After I left Chicago, went straight to Seattle. It was just something about the special team coach that me and him just bonded right away. And we only played 3 games with him. But it's like, after I left Chicago, if I would have went to him with the Seattle with my last 4 years of playing, last 3.5 years of playing, I probably would have got about 12 more returns out of that going to Seattle. You know, I can't recall the last playoff game we played. We played Atlanta Falcons, right? That's the year Atlanta Falcons played the Patriots. They beat us and then went to the Super Bowl and played the Patriots. But that game there alone really, really showed what I could do in Seattle. If you guys recall, I had over 300 returning yards in that playoff game.
Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we really just, and in 2 weeks, just found the grudge, found the niche. He was so open-minded to Devin, what return you like? And I never really had a coach that said, hey, Devin, what return you want to run? And then I run that return, and we go for 40, 50 yards. He come back to me, hey, punt return, which one, what you want to call? Kickoff return, what you want, Devin? And it was like, wow, if I could have had this, you know what I mean, for at least 8 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What kind of damage would it did?
I can promise
you, Devin. And you still got a jacket on.
Yeah, exactly. And I can promise you, people listening are like, yeah, Devin, we wish you also would have had more time here. Before we let you go, we got to let you go here, but tell us about the Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund.
So this is an assistance fund that they started. It's been going on for 17 years now, 17-year anniversary.
Wow.
And Mike Dicker started it. And the reason for the cause is to raise money for a lot of retired players. As you know, after 5 years, your insurance get cut.
Yep.
And so you have players that's like 60, 70 years old that are doing surgeries now. These surgeries are costing $15,000, $20,000 to a player that didn't make that much back in the day. So now these funds are hard. And so what Gridiron did was they came in and they raised funds to benefit those type of players and to give back to the players that's in need for help.
If you guys want more information, gridirongreats.org is where you go. If you have questions, text us in on the text line, and we'll give you that website again. He's Hall of Famer Devin Hester. Devin, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it so much. By the way, all of our coverage this week is presented by WGU. We know you guys have places to be, so we're sorry we won't keep you, but thank you. This guy could talk special teams forever.
All day.
I just know that you guys would keep going. All right, coming up in about 5 minutes, we've got the ringer Sheil Kapadia, who's going to join us. Also, Washington's biggest night out for sports is almost here, the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards. This star-studded event brings together the athletes and icons behind our favorite teams and unforgettable moments. Be part of history and cast your vote for the men's and women's sports stars of 2025. Representing representing the best of Washington sports. You can also vote for Sports Story of the Year. Voting open now through February 14th, so head to seattlesports.org and make your voice heard. The winners will be announced live at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards presented by Microsoft on Friday, March 13th. Don't miss out. Vote now and be part of the celebration. Okay, before Sheil joins us, we have to recap a little bit of what we talked about with Devin. I wanted to turn to you and say this, and then I was like, okay, I can't. It was a little bit like I was thinking of the tush push, where it's like one person or one team does something so well by virtue of just being that much physically better than everyone else that it's like you try to take it out of football to punish them for being great.
That's how special he was. Ain't too many that I really rock with. It's him and maybe one or two other athletes, man.
Yeah.
Devin Hester was one of my favorites. And I'm only like 2 years younger than him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a beast.
Sheil Kapadia of The Ringer joining us right now. We were just talking with Devin Hester.
Okay.
And we were talking about, Bump asked him, hey, do you like the change in special teams rules? And I was like, hey, Devin, like, why would it change? Like, and he was explaining to someone like me with a dumb question that, like, sometimes when something is done so well, people try to take it out of football. And I was telling Bump, it reminded me of the tush push. You cover the Eagles, where it's just, you start getting teams that get a little upset because one team is just doing something exceptionally well by virtue of being, I don't know, physically better and just capable of doing it.
The reasons they give us are never the actual reasons, right? I mean, the kickoff thing is going to reduce concussions. It's like, well, now more kickoffs are being returned, so more players are at risk for injury there. And then the tush push, the Bills had a whole thing about this is not safe. And then if you watch the Bills this year, Josh Allen's running the tush push like 3 times in a playoff game. So, yes. Yeah, rule talk, not my favorite. It's just like enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll keep changing them.
That's right.
It'll never stop. It'll never stop.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about for this game? We all have our stories. Obviously, we're Seattle biased over here, but what do you look forward to?
I think the Darnold story is probably the biggest story in the game, where it's just like this is a one-of-one career where we've literally never seen this before, where a guy started his career with those 5 years, whatever it was, and you look at it statistically and you say there's really no chance that he would be playing in a Super Bowl and trying to win a Super Bowl. And he seems like a great guy. I think he might be the only normal quarterback in the NFL.
I heard you say that.
Yeah, you guys might know better than me, but I'm like, him and Bryce Young seem like the only normal quarterbacks, and he's played better than Bryce Young, but I think people are rooting for him now. So him against that Patriots defense, which has played really well the last month, that's probably my favorite storyline, I think.
Yeah. You used to cover the Seahawks here in Seattle for ESPN. So obviously, I had already been reading your work, but love the podcast, listen all the time. And I remember you making that joke a couple times about Sam being like, if you were on a trip to Vegas, he'd be like one of the guys on your trip.
Just hanging
a
out.
dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if he wasn't 6'3" or however tall he is, you just think like, he's just a guy.
Yeah.
Just a regular
Most
dude.
quarterbacks are very weird, as we know.
Definitely very weird.
For sure.
Right? Yeah.
Someone tried to pitch maybe Josh Allen as one. I said, I don't know.
Too famous.
I don't know. Way too famous. His wife is a beautiful actress.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Drake May might be regular. Drake May, he might be regular.
Let's give him some time, though.
Yeah.
A little
you never know.
too
He could get
clean.
weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there
I
might
feel
be
you.
some skid.
His wife he might get more famous. She's like famous on TikTok.
Yeah.
So.
Baking and stuff.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So we'll keep it as a club of one right now, and then we can add people later. But for right now, it's just Sam. You are not alone in wondering what the Seahawks would look like with all of these changes this year. I feel like people keep getting called out, and I'm like, hey, everyone was like, what's going to happen here?
I can take it. It's okay.
That's okay. I thought that the only way that they would get to and win playoff games is if the run game took off. And it's just kind of my perception of what Sam Darnold, how he would have to succeed here. What did you think their season would look like? What did you get right and wrong?
Yeah, I thought their defense was going to be awesome. That's on the record.
did.
I had them as number one. I thought their offense was not going to be good at all. That's also on the record somewhere in the internet. Maybe I can get an editor to delete it. But, yeah, I just looked at it and thought, man, they haven't really upgraded the offensive line massively. And Clint, I like the idea of Clint Kubiak, but I don't know that he's going to come in and be able to coach around that offensive line. And then it's very rare to have a receiving core where, like, the second and third options you're just sort of unsure of. Now, those guys have stepped up, but it was so like JSN-centric that I thought all the pieces here, there's a lot that has to go right for this offense to be good. And those things have gone right. The coordinator's been good. Darnold's been hitting on explosive plays downfield. The run game to me has been a little hit or miss. Like, I don't know what to expect in this game. If you would tell me that their run game's going to get shut down in this game, that wouldn't totally shock me if you told me Kenneth Walker had like 250-yard runs. That wouldn't shock me either because he's got that boomer bust to him. So, yeah, I got the offense totally wrong. I got the defense right. I like Mike Macdonald a lot, but I thought that would be like maybe 9-10 wins, maybe a fringe playoff team, but certainly not a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
What was your look on the NFC West? A lot of people had the Hawks in fourth, maybe the Cardinals moving up. I thought the Rams should be the favorite coming in. How did you view it preseason?
I think I had Niners, Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals. So I just thought that Niners had an easy schedule, that they're going to beat up on teams, which they did. And the Rams, I got the Matthew Stafford back scare. I mean, it's easy to forget now. Like, stuff moves so fast in the NFL, but in August, it's like, is this guy going to be able to walk after he plays one game? Like, there's some weird trailer at their practice facility that he's going into. So, yeah, I got the Rams wrong only because I thought it doesn't look like Stafford's going to be healthy for the entire season.
Let's jump into a bit more of a preview. The matchup we've been talking about a ton is Gonzo against JSN. Give us another matchup that you have your eye on that could decide this game.
I think the Patriots defensive tackles against the Seahawks interior offensive line. That's like a real football hipster take. But we've talked about so much at this point in the week. I got to bring something else out here. So Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, I think it's one of the best D tackle pairings in the NFL. And the Seahawks interior offensive line, as we know, that if there's a weakness there, that would be one of them. So I think they've got to make sure that even when those defensive tackles win, it's not like a game-changing play. It's not a turnover. It's not a 5-sack game. It's just like, okay, throw the ball away, live to see another down. But that, to me, is a big one in this game.
I think it's interesting just the personality of these two teams. It's like Mike Macdonald allows his guys to be loose and free or whatnot. And it's kind of like the same thing that Pete Carroll did. And then Vrabel comes over, was coached under Belichick, and his guys are like buttoned up and tight and ready to go. How important is it that these two coaches have been able to make these teams their own, but kind of stick to like the personality of the logo when people really think about each team?
Yeah, I think Vrabel's tried to take sort of the discipline, don't beat ourselves, like the stuff he liked from Belichick.
Yeah.
But then I think he's tried to be like, I don't need to be Belichick. Like he's out there when they're coming in after the game and he's hugging everybody. Yeah. So I think he's got a little bit more personality, a little bit more fun to him. I don't know if players would admit it or not. I would imagine he's more of a fun coach to play for than Belichick was. And Macdonald, that post-game interview after the NFC Championship game was hilarious because you could just tell he was like in this haze of intensity and like the biggest game of his life. And he's like, I don't know exactly what to say. But yeah, trying to take some of that Pete Carroll stuff. And this defense, I mean, if they win this Super Bowl, the trajectory that Mike Macdonald's on as like a defensive coach in the NFL, he needs to do it more, but it's kind of like this doesn't happen often where you go from one team, go to the next team. It takes you one off season to get your guys. And again, you have the best defense in the NFL. So it's been very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Nick Emmanwori has been impressive in this defense. Now, there was news yesterday that he turned his ankle, and then news today from Mike Macdonald that, well, we expect him to play. He's going to be fine. No one's going to be at 100%. Who knows what percentage he's going to be at? Let's say it's a limited version of Emmanwori on Sunday, which in all likelihood, given an ankle injury, is probably possible. Yeah. What's your confidence level still in the Seahawks defense?
Yeah, that is kind of a sneaky big deal, it feels like, because one of the, the Seahawks, one of the key things with their defense, as you guys know, is they can stay in their sub packages with their defensive backs on the field and still stop the run. So if he's limited and he's not the same guy, like I do think he's a key player in that respect, but I do think they're going to be able to stop the run against the Patriots. The Patriots have not been a good rushing team all season long. The Seahawks have probably the best run defense in the NFL. So I think they're going to be okay there. I'm pretty confident in the Seahawks defense. I think if there's an avenue where we look up and say, man, the Patriots moved the ball or they scored more, it's going to be the types of plays where you go, the Seahawks had it defended pretty well, but that was one of those contested catches or a 50-50 ball, or I can't believe Drake May put it in that exact spot where Josh Jobe couldn't get a hand on it. I don't think it's going to be like coverage busts and guys wide open. So I do think the avenues for the Patriots are Drake May, Superman, which is possible. He was my MVP during the regular season, or the Seahawks and Sam Darnold turn the football over. I think those are the two ways where I look at it and say the Patriots have a chance to steal the game. I just think down to down, the Seahawks are the better team.
I'm not mad at the Drake May MVP over Matthew Stafford, but why did you pick him over Stafford?
I just thought he had a tougher situation than Stafford did. Like his offensive line wasn't as good, his receivers aren't as good, and his play caller's not as good, in my opinion. McVay, Puka Nacua, those guys are better than anything anything Drake may have. So it's tough when you even it out for the schedule for sure, and Stafford is deserving, but I thought he kind of had to do more under harder circumstances than Stafford did.
Okay, my last question for you is one that's difficult to answer, so I will acknowledge that.
Okay.
But I want to talk about Clint Kubiak can't confirm that he's moving on, but we're all expecting him to move on and become the head coach of the Raiders. The Eagles have had to deal with the consequences of success being that your OCs and your defensive coordinators move on. Is there maybe a lesson learned in what you look for or what you watch out for when you're trying to find that new guy? You know, Kevin Patullo didn't work out, but it's just the Eagles have made it to Super Bowls and won, and that's the consequence. So what do you think you've learned?
It's tough. I don't know that there's one thing. I think coaches want to promote from within because that makes it a great place to work, where if you're coaching under the offensive coordinator and he leaves and you say, all right, well, next person up, like that makes for a good culture. But sometimes when you do that, it's not the best candidate for the job. Now, if you bring someone else in from the outside, now all of a sudden the quarterback's coach or the O-line or whoever, they're like, oh, man, well, I guess we weren't good enough to get a look at it. So it actually is sort of politics and leadership and all those things you have to keep an eye on. But their scheme has worked so well that and that is a scheme that is prevalent around the NFL, that you kind of just have to identify the person who hasn't had a chance to do it but has the background in doing it. So it's not easy, but that'll be on his to-do list here in how coaches are, probably 3 hours after the game.
Yeah, exactly. On the plane ride back.
I'm sure he's already thought of it, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
He probably has a plan and knows who is lined up to do it, even if he would never admit that publicly.
Okay, well, we're regular listeners of the podcast, but before we let you go, any guests in particular or episodes in particular, features you want to be able to promote here?
Yeah, we had Ashton Genty and Chris Long on yesterday, and it was a lot of, because you mentioned the Raiders, and we were like, Ashton, we know you don't know who the coach is, but are you going to maybe envision yourself as Kenneth Walker? So they played ball. They were a lot of fun. We got into a lot of fun topics, had a lot of laughs. So we got Mina Kimes on this week. We had Nate Tice on. So yeah, a lot of fun guests on the Raider NFL show.
The ringer Sheil Kapadia, kind enough to join us from Radio Row. Sheil, thank you so much. Wrapping up our favorite moments from Radio Row next on your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m., Bump and Stacy 10 to 2, Wyman and Bob 2 to 6, with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
Experience a luxury resort, breathtaking wildlife, spectacular wilderness, and amazing fishing at Queen Charlotte Lodge in northern British Columbia. King salmon runs are at their peak in May and June, and halibut and lingcod are always plentiful. Check out how easy it is to visit QCL at fishqcl.com. That's fishqcl.com. Queen Charlotte Lodge. Experience fishing first class. And remember, our dollar's worth $1.35 north of the border.
Do you have a car sitting around collecting dust? Well, turn that car into cash at Wayscar Ford in Auburn with their vehicle profit sharing program. Here's what makes it different than anywhere else. Not only will they purchase your vehicle today and pay you right up front, but it gets better. Because once they resell your old car, they share 50% of their profit with you. I caught up with my friend Mark Clymer from Wayscar Ford in Auburn. He said customers are loving it. They're getting top dollar for their car up front. They're getting paid right now. And the best part is that when Mark and his team resells that vehicle, their customer is getting 50% of the profit. That 50% is now amounted to over $1 million shared with customers. It's going so well because less and less people are comfortable trying to sell their car themselves. Wayscar Ford offers a way to get a lot more money for your car without needing to go through all the hassle and potential scams trying to sell it yourself. It's only at Wayscar Ford Isuzu in Auburn, wayscarford.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well,
I'll take this one.
are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom,
you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber The Door Store. As we turn the corner on a new year and start planning for home projects and better weather, now is the time to come in and see all we have to offer. Our bargain barn is loaded with great deals with many exterior and interior options. And if you need your order quicker, now is the time of year to take advantage of our pre-hung and popular matchup service. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. And don't forget to check us out online at franklumber.com.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
Home of the NFC champion Seahawks.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
Broadcasting live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
Powered through the Quantum Fiber Studio.
On Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Rost.
You know, we have covered our bases with all of our guests so far at Radio Row, and still many more to come tomorrow. But it feels like so many conversations, get back to Sam Darnold. And look, he's a quarterback, so sure. But it's bigger than that. There are so many reasons why Sam Darnold is the biggest story of Super Bowl 60. What's one reason to you?
Redemption. It's like the, he's like that dog that nobody wanted, threw him to the pound, and then a family came and was like, he's got potential. Look at him. He's smart. He's nice. And then he becomes the family dog. He's in the pictures now. Like, that's what Sam Darnold is, man. He does have a good family. Just a metaphor. All right. But the NFL tried to put him in the pound. All right, they put him in the pound, and you know what? San Francisco 49ers said, you know what? We'll take you out the pound. We'll teach you how to sit, how to run, how to fetch, and all that stuff. And then they were like, but we're moving, so we got a new family for you. All right, and then the family was in Minnesota, and then it got cold. It was like, this ain't the right weather for you, man. This is a West Coast dog, you know. And they say, you know what? We're gonna send you to this other families, our cousins. All right, you're gonna do great there. And now he's here.
Complicated analogy. I'm glad it could have gotten really dark though.
It could have.
They sent him to a kill shelter. Whoa, Mom, whoa, calm down. No, I'm with you though, and I feel like the conversation about Sam Darnold, I guarantee this is what's going to happen. If Sam Darnold and the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, especially if Sam Darnold has a really good game, next year's conversations will all be ranking Sam Darnold. Where would you put him? Will I partake? Yes.
Yeah.
Of course I will, because I love those conversations. But it's like what I said to Jeffri Chadiha when he was here with us earlier. To me, the more interesting part of the Sam Darnold storyline is the redemption, like you said, the story itself, and what it means for quarterback development and team building. That, to me, is what Sam Darnold winning means, the implications of it.
Yeah.
It's all of a sudden you're second-guessing, like, do we write guys off too early? Are we having development issues? This was a number 3 overall pick. We knew he was talented. How did he end up being shipped off as a backup to a backup somewhere?
Yeah, it's like someone has to do it first. And, like, for me coming up, it was like Wes Welker just running the slot. You know, now everyone's looking for a Wes Welker. And with him, it's like we've seen this before, but not to this magnitude, I don't think. I don't think we've seen a guy that was a high draft pick like him and was just all the negative stuff thrown his way and just made it feel like he was absolutely done. I think about guys like Rich Gannon back in the day. I'm not sure where he was drafted, but he was a came out of nowhere guy. Brad Johnson back in the day. I don't know if he was highly drafted, but no one like this. So I think it's pretty cool, man, that he's been able to keep a level head throughout all this too, man. I mean, we were just talking to Sheil, and he said something funny. It's like he's like the nicest quarterback ever.
Yeah, the most normal
the most
quarterback
normal
ever.
quarterback. And I'm like, I'm trying to go through in my head real quickly all the quarterbacks. I'm like, well, Brock Purdy was just right here next to us. Is Brock Purdy in there? I go, nah. He's to a different level now too, and even the way he talks is a bit different. So that's cool, man. Is that it shows that you can have success in a different way, and I think that's important for all athletes to see. Like, don't just because you're down don't mean you got to stay down. You can come back up.
Well, and think about what it means for teams who, I'm putting the cart before the horse, but if the Seahawks win, if they win, if they should be so lucky, think about teams who would want to try to compete in the same way. One team has Patrick Mahomes. One team has Josh Allen. One team has Lamar Jackson. I loved what Jeffri said earlier. Like, it used to be seen as, oh, you go get that guy. Yeah. You get that guy, and then you win. And it's like, okay, but what if you don't have that guy? Yeah. Or what if, Sam was a number 3 overall pick, what if you take that guy and it doesn't work out in the first couple years, and you make the unfortunate mistake of just saying, I'm going to call it and move on? Well, now you're stuck again. Yeah. And so it's a way for that place to not feel as though it's limbo forever. Well, wait a minute. If you don't have that number 3 overall pick because you won 10 games but missed the playoff last year, why don't you just sign this free agent that's a great fit for your team?
I think what we're learning is regardless, build a team. Don't just throw a quarterback there and say, save us. You know, build a team around that quarterback, whoever the quarterback is. So even if it doesn't work out for you, you still got a good defensive line. Who was it yesterday that said you win with a defensive line? Was that Lewis or was it someone else yesterday? Anyway, someone yesterday said that, listen, that's how you win championships, honestly. If you don't have that Pat Mahomes, you start with a defensive line. You build inside out, specifically on that side of the ball, because you got to stop guys from scoring. We've had so many good guests
I know,
the last couple of days.
I was quiet because I was trying to think whether it was Clinton, because Clinton talked about it too. He was like, I'm so tired. I don't know that it was him, but he was like, I'm so tired of people saying that, like, this guy's just going to win you this game and then ignoring, like, what Super Bowl team was a trash team except for quarterback? Why do we talk about teams that way?
Yeah, it's weird because it's easy. Or at least it seems easier just to get a quarterback. It seems easier to tank, get a quarterback, and then hope that it works out.
Because you have trash around him?
Yeah.
Like, good luck, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, even when you look at, like, the Pat Mahomes situation, the Chiefs weren't a bad team when he took over. It wasn't like Pat Mahomes just took this team out of the dust and put them up top. Now, he took them to a different level, but they still had some guys over there.
Alex Smith's Chiefs were solid.
Yeah. I mean, Alex Smith was going to the playoffs. You know, that was a playoff team. So, no, I think this is good for football. There's still going to be those teams that rely on that quarterback, that have that philosophy, go get the quarterback, and maybe you'll win. And it's going to work for some. But I think that for longevity, this is the way that you do it.
Now, the reality is the NFL is operating in a different world. So while I'm here lamenting and complaining about the quickness with which organizations move on or fail to develop guys. You're living in a world that needs results quickly.
Right.
So 615 said, how many college grads or new hires could go into a job and succeed if they were going into a bad culture? Why are NFL rookies like Sam Darnold any different? Yes, except that in the real world, if you start out at a job, when you're 10 years in, maybe you start getting the feel for being really confident, right? It takes a while. In the NFL, 10 years is a long career. Like there is a pressure. Exactly. There is a pressure to find answers sooner. So I guess how do you balance needing to find those answers? Do we need better quarterback development, more patient GMs?
Both. That's what it is. But when you're dealing with performance-based businesses, especially ones like athletics, if you're not winning, the crowd ain't showing up, the jerseys ain't selling, the revenue's not the same.
Yeah.
So there's a business side to this thing too that can sometimes get lost. And when you have fans who are ticket holders and they're not patient, they're selling their. We dealt with this in Seattle.
Yep.
Right? How many times did teams come into Seattle last year?
Bills, Packers,
Vikings.
I heard Packers chants on TV.
Yeah, like
Look at us now.
Look at us, man. Now we bougie, man. I didn't see what was our last home game? Rams. I didn't see no Rams out there. It's different, but that affects decision making too. Oh man, who did I ask that? It was Belichick. I asked him about how the pressure. Do organizations feel the pressure from the fans? I thought he was going to say no. He said, of course they do. He said, and if they don't, they're lying. So there's other influences to this thing that makes that window close fairly quickly when it comes to developing a quarterback.
We have been asking guests questions all day, and we've loved all of our answers. We've learned so much, and we still have a day to go full of guests and great stuff for you guys, but we're going to wrap up with what I need to know. Doesn't it feel like 30 years since we've done this?
Yeah.
Like we've had just some, lots of, moving parts and pieces. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's Bump and Stacy, and we have what I need to know, and we're taking your questions right now. 866-979-3776. Get your question, any question in right now. We answer next on your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
This is what it's all about, right?
We are going to the Super Bowl.
The pure joy.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Super Bowl, baby, let's go!
And Sunday, when history is written in Super Bowl 60, isn't there only one voice you want to hear tell the story?
A one-hander, JSN!
Wherever you are on Sunday, listen to Steve Rabel call the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and free on the Seattle Sports app.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months, or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Save $1,700 when you have Day and Night match your current furnace with a qualifying AC or heat pump.
Your furnace is lonely all by itself, but it doesn't have to be. With our Matchmaker Special, we'll match your furnace with a perfect air conditioner or heat pump to keep your furnace company and your home comfy all year round.
Match your furnace to a qualifying cooling system and save $1,700.
DayandNight.net.
It took us 93 years to build this reputation, but it'll take just 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Getting a new battery should be easy. At Pacific Power Batteries, you won't go in with a battery problem and come out with a new transmission. Instead, we can test your battery to see if it's actually the problem. Maybe it's the alternator. We don't sell alternators, so we have no motivation to sell you one or even a new transmission. We have load testers and conductance testers, hydrometers and voltmeters whenever needed. I'm Steve Almond, and I invite you to our family-owned Pacific Power Batteries. You can trust us with any battery problem, and we'll top off the blinker fluid for free.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
The only place to hear Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
We live here in Washington. I travel all over the state for work.
Affordable short-term rentals help us stay together and make Hazel feel at home.
Now Olympia is considering a huge tax increase on short-term rentals,
pricing us and other families out, since more than half of short-term rentals here are used by Washingtonians.
Costs on everything are going up.
Please tell legislators not to make our trips more expensive too.
Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive. Host Hack.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know. Any question, text it now. 866-979-3776. Bump, someone wanted to know, was there any rudeness today?
You know what? I think people got the memo. I sent out an email to everyone last night.
Let them know.
I said, listen, don't be walking behind us. You can come and approach us. We're nice people. But when we're working. So now we've been good.
You replied all to one of those NFL communications emails we get.
Said, hey, no more walking through people's sets when
they're
live.
On this thread. I see you.
Yeah.
Hey, especially CNBC.
Hey, stop it.
Hey, you know what happened though? I was walking away from our booth to get some wings,
They're
right?
next to us.
And there was, and I'm looking around, making sure I'm not walking through anybody's set, and I almost did, and I stopped.
Good.
That's good.
And then they gave me the come on. I go, yeah. All right, cool. I'll go through it.
Because you never know when a camera is on around here.
No, never know.
What I need to know: who's the most attractive person you've seen at Radio Row?
Jaden Daniels' mom. Oh my gosh, she walked through here. I could smell her from 30 feet away. She was floating. Wow. The hair was blowing in the wind.
You're like, who? She is a fan?
I'm like, listen, ma'am, I know you got me by like at least 20. Okay.
My wife.
How's your boy?
Yeah.
Had a kid.
Hi, that's a good answer.
Had a kid. Good
Great
answer. Good answer.
I thought that.
Tell me later, Kirsten.
Yeah. I haven't been by Kay Adams' studio yet, but she's gorgeous.
You would go, girl.
No, I mean it. I thought Michelle Smallmon and Colleen Wolfe. We had Michelle on the show, and I asked for an interview from Colleen yesterday, and I was like a foot from her, and I was like, oh my God, her skin's flawless.
Yeah, Michelle was great.
Yeah, genuinely very beautiful people. Men, I mean, look, we got a lot of silver foxes here.
Hey, we running it right now, low key.
Yeah,
in here. Our silver foxes
There's
are
some
running
silver
it.
foxes out here. There's a lot of Hall of Famers walking around with a lot of money to spend on skincare, facials, the gym. They're staying active.
I need a new routine, man. They look good.
They're using skincare their wives bought for them, and I'm just really appreciating, like, man, a lot of silver foxes. Kurt Warner, one of them, very handsome.
Yeah.
Very handsome.
Kurt sharp.
What I need to know, if animals could talk, which one would be rudest?
Cats.
Cats
Without a
for
doubt,
sure.
no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
They don't even need to talk. They're rude. They're genuinely so rude.
They'll look you in the eye and push something over and
Exactly.
be like, you got to pick that up because you're the human.
I was talking to my friend, and go, how you sleep? She was like, horribly. This cat just starts running around and jumping on me and all, like, just having this spazzing out. I don't know. Dogs, I'd be like, be quiet, go to your bed. Go to your bed.
I house sat somebody years ago, and their cat woke me up in the middle of the night and started clawing at my feet in the middle of the night. It was like 3 a.m. I'm just like, ow, ow, whoa, what the heck is that? It's their cat.
I would have grabbed that cat by the neck.
Thrown him out, outside.
What I need to know, as the week has progressed, you've done your interviews, you've watched film. Has your confidence increased or decreased for a Seahawks win?
I think it's increased because it was a lot, then it decreased, and now it's back up. I think, you listen to people that you respect, too, talk about this team. It's a bit different than Lil Bobby's dad at the bar top telling me what he thinks, Lil Bobby's dad had 3 too many, but there's some minds that I've spoken to who believe, and I believe as well. And, yeah, I'm back up.
What I need to know, has anyone left you starstruck?
Nah. I mean, I wasn't starstruck, but Devin Hester, that was
cool. That was very cool.
I mean, when it comes to return game, I was a returner. He was the standard, so that was pretty cool.
Mostly I don't. Michelle Smallmon, I was shook. I just think she's very good at her job. And it's one thing, I don't get nervous interviewing athletes.
It's other media people.
It's media people because they know how to host and they know how to do jobs, and you're like, oh my God, I look so bad at my job. Devin Hester, cool. We're in different lanes, man. You live in a different world, and we're not even talking X's and O's. Like, I'm just like, oh, tell me about Florida.
I got to do a stand-up interview with Seth Rollins from WWE.
Was that your starstruck moment?
I was like, wow.
Did you send Brent a picture?
I have not. Trevor from our video department, he grabbed video of it, so hopefully that'll be up on a YouTube page soon.
I'm going to say he was best dressed so far, too. He's in
a suit, brown suit.
It was nice.
He had it very unbuttoned, too.
Yeah, he was very Miami.
What I need to know... Oh, God. Hang on. I just had one for you here. They said if you could sit down with any 3 major Seattle legends or sports stars, current, former, who would they be?
Griffey, one of them.
Yeah. Current or former?
Probably Sean Kemp. He got stories for days, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then probably... I'll go Largent.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Who you got?
Yeah, I mean, if we pick one from each major team in town, Mariners, Seahawks, Sonics. Yeah, I'd say Griffey and Sean Kemp definitely are up there. From the Seahawks, I'll go like Matt Hasselbeck or something. He'd be a good dinner, yes, right?
Good talker.
Hasselbeck?
Good talker.
Yeah.
What I need to know, a special teams question for you. Which part of our special teams will have the most influence on field goals, punting, or returns?
Before I give my answer, a shout out to Maddie. She's a Coug cheerleader. She's watching on YouTube. Go Cougs, Maddie.
Out here.
I'm going to say return game. Because I think...
well, of course Bump would say that over kicking and punting.
Return. Exactly.
Typical returner. Typical.
I'm talking about the return game, man. We won't...
That's the only special team.
We want 6 on the board right
just
now.
Laughs out loud.
Yeah.
A field goal. Please, not as good as a touchdown. Unfortunately, I do think that feels right.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Bump is correct on this one. Nothing would be cooler than Rashid Shaheed returning
Oh my
a
God.
kickoff or
Go
a punt.
nuts.
What
if he did it at the opening
in
kickoff?
the Super Bowl? No. There's got to be a prop bet for it.
Oh, I'm sure
Look,
there
if there
is.
was a returner I'd be
sure
betting
there
on,
is.
it would be him.
It's been a while since there's been a kick return for a touchdown in the Super
Hester
Bowl.
wasn't the last one, was he?
Well, Percy Harvin.
Oh,
Super Bowl 48.
But that would not opening kickoff, though.
That was the opening kickoff of the second half.
But opening
right,
kickoff
yeah.
is Hester.
Seahawks have the quickest score in Super Bowl history.
You think that changes?
I don't know, 12 seconds is really quick.
Did you hear the story behind Hester's opening kickoff?
No.
All week, Dungy said they're not going to kick it to him. He got caught up in the moment. He was like, you know what? We're kicking it to him. And I forgot who was telling the story. They shook their head like, don't do it, coach.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And then he takes it to the house.
Tony, no! What I need to know, Bump, if you can go back and play on a team you've watched or played against but never actually played for, which team would it be?
Coming up, I was a Niner fan, so I would have played for the Niners with Steve Young and those guys. They were 13-win team almost every year.
I was going to say, what was the team you played against, though, that you would have
played against?
Would have been one of those USC teams?
I mean, I actually turned them down. You know,
Right.
Think about it.
You know what? No, I'd go play for Auburn. They won a national championship the year we played them.
Is that like Jason Campbell?
Yeah, Jason Campbell.
Yeah.
Last one. If the MVP in this game ends up being a defensive player, who gets it?
Defensive player MVP?
That's kind of fun.
I'm going to say Ernest Jones.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Ernest Jones.
I'll say.
Leonard?
No, it would have been Ernest Jones. Leonard Williams. That's not going to go to a defensive
No.
lineman.
You panicked.
No, I know.
I don't know. Von Miller was MVP the last time the Super Bowl was here
I'll
in the
tell you who
stadium.
it's going to be. Nick Emman-worried.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
There we
On a
go.
bum ankle.
Yeah, going to have a great game. Great game.
go.
Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoff gear and custom Simply Seattle original designs in-store or online. And enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com. Wyman and Bob coming your way next on your home for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Matt, you go back to plucking your toenails or...
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. That's my friends online at PCFgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
It's Super Bowl week.
Not super week, like super week.
Let's go!
It's going down.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports, is broadcasting live from Radio Row in San Francisco all week with Brock and Salk at 6 a.m., Bump and Stacy 10 to 2, Wyman and Bob 2 to 6, with bonus coverage 6 to 8.
Powered by WGU.
From the only station where you hear Rabel and Wyman call the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Seattle Sports.
The Anime Washington and the Washington State Gaming Expo Super Convention is almost here. We have assembled a massive celebrity guest lineup on February 6th through the 8th in Puyallup. Meet the voices behind Final Fantasy, Naruto, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, One Piece, Spider-Man, Dragon Ball, Baldur's Gate, and so many more. Shop at hundreds of vendors, makers, and artists. Compete in the Tetris Regionals, Catan, Uno Elite, Smash, Tekken, Mario Kart, and so much more. Join us February 6th through the 8th at Washington State Fair and Event Center. Tickets on sale at animewa.com.
Gear up for the big game at Simply Seattle. Shop official Seahawks playoffs gear and custom Simply original designs. Shop in-store or online and enter to win a $1,000 shopping spree now at simplyseattle.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More fast internet speed.
He's got the gigs to go big, bring him the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop. His quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service and speed in select locations only.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the State Liners
Country boy
at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. He's a multi-platinum artist whose raw lyrics and powerhouse vocals have captivated fans for decades.
willing to bleed. But take a bullet.
Now he and his band, the State Liners, are coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
American as it gets.
Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-522